It is. Because I be saying y'all, we get to get out of this. I don't be doing that on purpose.
Mike, it looks like we off.
That's a reflex.
It'll be up in just a second.
I don't appreciate it, Kev. All right, and then next to Kev, we got our peoples in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let me tell you something, man. This dude revolutionary. He revolutionizes lives. And I've been telling you.
Watch it, don't do that. We're not outing me. You're not going to be doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What am I doing?
What you're doing,
Yeah, what am I doing?
you're outing me. You're shaming me. You're putting me in a spotlight. You're contorting the reality of things.
See, what's going to happen is, listen.
Is your mic on?
Whose mic?
Is your mic on?
Brother, I don't know, brother. I'm not the engineer, brother. 1, 2, mic check.
Could you look at
He talking about turn on the button.
I am.
You see a little green light?
It's on. Well, it's not on.
I can't see it. It's on.
It's red. It's red, brother. The outing, the shaming.
No, I see what's happening. I see what's happening with
You know what I'm
you.
saying?
I see what's happening.
You can do this privately, but you choose to do this in front of thousands upon thousands of people.
It's all right.
And in front of the doc.
Hey,
Now, we done been friends almost 30 years, brother.
let me tell you something.
Now, the same thing you doing to me, gonna happen to you.
Now, let me tell you something. Your heart is a little bit sensitive because
It is.
it has gone through some trauma.
It is. It's fluttering right now, brother.
Now, what I'm trying to tell you to do, don't let that weakness in your heart prevent your friend from trying to help you. Now, I've seen you at Dunkin' Donuts.
Wow. Wow.
Okay? Kev, have we seen this nigga at Dunkin' Donuts?
These fellows also eat the Dunkin' Donuts.
Hey, hold on. But see, the difference between us and you is that your ass was on the slab, opened up.
Right.
You took it in the wrong direction. Oh, you trying to out me in front of everybody. You trying to shame me. You should feel ashamed when you walk in the Dunkin' Donuts. But hey,
look here, my nigga. Did you bring something today?
See, there's a message going on.
Hey, but there ain't no dual message. We healthy.
We healthy. We do the Dr. Russell clean all day long.
Let me tell you something, brother.
Okay.
I can leave and go down to Randy's Donuts. See, I can go to Randy's right now, right after the show. I can go sit down and glaze the fuck off. I ain't got no diabetes. I can go have fun. You, that heartbeat is a motherfucker, boy.
I can't say nothing about that.
And I've been trying to tell you to do what?
Live right, eat right, be right.
Go see.
The doctor.
But no, what you want to do is listen to motherfucking Mr. Tibbs over here and spend your money on stock quotes.
And that is where my loot is lined up. Yeah.
Put
Right here.
$1,000 on the
Yeah.
stock game.
So in other words,
gambling.
you're killing my health. In other words, you're the problem, TTT. You messing with my health, brother.
Hey, look, man, listen.
You want to spend your money on stock quotes?
Just quotes, not stocks, quotes. Golly, man. Okay, I got it. I got it, bro. I got it. You know what I mean? Don't make me come in here with motherfucking erasers next week, throwing them at
I'm
everybody.
just
Like,
saying this out of love.
It's out of love, man.
You try to make it seem like this ain't out of love. Now you got real skinny after the situation,
I wasn't able to eat, brother.
but now you puffing up.
I'm Puff Daddy.
He fluffing up, Doc.
I like Puff better than Fluff. Don't do it.
No, it ain't puff.
You ain't even back to eating the same stuff.
Not exactly. I mean, listen.
Fucking up, Doc.
Wait a minute. Oh, no. Not the stuff that got me in a position. No.
No, all that got you in the position, even the donuts, homie.
This is what you doing now?
But no, I'm just.
said,
But listen,
The irony is.
Hey man, this is an intervention.
Hold
You
on,
gonna
hold-
get with the
hold on.
doc or no?
you have
You
to
wanna look at
take
me like that,
personal
too?
responsibility, homie.
Hey, the pharaoh on your shirt dead.
Wow. Disrespecting. Don't do it. Okay, but just for the record, the donuts never went in my mouth, Doc. The donuts were always for. I never ate any donuts.
But your spirit was eating donuts. That's why you
I
was
brought
lying.
coffee and brought them
You
donuts.
was trying to kill us because you was trying to catch us up to you. Fuck that, man.
Oh, you figured it out? You figured it out? Wait a minute, did you figure it out?
You
Trying to
know,
get them niggas in my position.
you know, misery loves company.
Bring Cav some donuts. Bring Debo Cav some donuts.
He trying to convince us he's just a little pregnant.
Wow.
You got jokes, Bobby. Bobby, you were my man's, Bobby. Yo, Bobby just called me a little pregnant.
Hey, let's before we move on, let's do a quick sound check because people are complaining about the audio. I want to make sure my audio is right.
They said the audio and video was.
I gotta give it to you.
Testing 111, we good? Testing 111, are we good? Y'all put a fist up and let us know if the audio is good. Yes, there we go. All right, let me know. Put up an emoji, a fist sign, and let us know if the audio is good. Now, what you got to do is hit the like button when you come in here, and that's, I mean, the like button is free. And right now, we're going to start promoting some things. Let's do this. Dr. Russell,
Yeah, herbals.
right? Let me just explain something to y'all. Everybody should be on that cleanse right now. I'm on the cleanse. Bobby is on the cleanse. Who else is on the cleanse?
Mr. Tibbs is on the cleanse.
They call me.
You just gonna keep. You ain't even gonna let me.
You get on the cleanse, I'm gonna feel better.
You ain't gonna let me even slide
Listen right now, you get on the cleanse, I'm gonna feel better.
Man.
Right now, you're like a cured piece of bacon, nigga.
It took me a while, bro.
out. This is.
He's trying to help you, homie. That's all
This
good.
is help. Oh, this is help.
Oh, this is absolutely help.
He
This
just
help?
saying he just going to say go visit your brother. It's all good. You can just say yes, and this shit could be all over.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Take
Yeah,
some personal
nigga.
responsibility.
So if you help me get my money out of the stock market,
We good. You
No,
gonna
he
be good
helped
anyway.
you lose your money. That's what he did. This motherfucker right here gonna help you save some shit. He gonna help you lose something.
Listen, there's a generational wealth shift that's going to happen. So just be on the board. It's all
Okay.
good. Just, we're in good health. I'm tripping.
I'm going to get with the doc, brother.
Yeah.
You gonna get with him today?
I'm not ready to.
Because
be
I'm gonna
saved.
tell you, our
It's
new
like being
product
saved.
is not gonna help you.
Yes.
Yo, and moving on, and the Shrouded Lighthouse and Bill Sauce.
No, we got a new product. It's created by the doc and his nephew.
Nice one.
So you already know that it's bona fide, authenticated fire.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. All right. All right.
We decided to name it He Has Risen.
Yeah.
Doc, tell them a little bit about this product, man, and how you and your nephew formulated the Woody Woodpecker,
The Woody Woodpecker.
the Woody Woodpecker pill,
Wow.
The pencil in
The
half.
pecker
the
pill.
pencil enhancer. I love it.
Well, as you know, I'm really into formulating blends of herbs for specific needs, and I have several different types of these pills, if you want to call it. But before we even get into that, before we even think about doing that, I think it would be a good idea for people who
There
I
you
think
go,
it,
Doc. Talking. So we gonna talk, bro. He's good. Oh, you want to move
Me.
on? Oh,
am I good now?
there he is. There he is. What up, Doc?
So it's very important to understand that even though that you have something going on, you don't look at what's going on, you look past that and understand why it's going on. Now, over the course of years, of course, and we wasn't taught these things, you have residues of old waste in the system that builds up in certain areas of the body. And with men, it clogs up in the kidneys and bladder, and as you know, they start having problems with urination or whatever as time goes on. Those things don't have to happen. You can turn that around. there's ways that you can change your lifestyle with your diet and use some herbs to clean out the kidney and bladder area. That allows more blood to get in the area. The whole key behind this is having clean blood so blood can get in those specific areas so everything would work properly. And most men are walking around with blood that's like gravy or oil that's real thick, when in essence it should be thin. So the product works, even though you may not want to do a cleanse, but it would be so much better if you take a little time and do some internal cleansing first to get the maximum results out of these products. So
let me ask, because people been asking me, does it give you a headache?
No,
This
well
is
again,
not like a liquor store.
again, the headache comes from the fact that you've got an overload of waste in your system, and these herbs are trying to force blood into the areas, and that's the reason why you have headaches. So you have to understand, those people who have headaches, you probably have a high blood pressure issue or something going on. Do a detox program to get rid of those toxins that cause that buildup of waste in the area in which you want to enhance, so to speak. Basically, what I'm saying is you can't build on top of waste. You got to clean the waste out and start on a clean base.
You can't build
and
on
go
a
from
faulty
there.
foundation.
You can't do that. So, yes, sir.
Yesterday, I ran into a friend I hadn't seen in a while at the softball game, and he informed me that one of our closest associates for many years just went blind from Viagra.
Whoa, what?
Yeah, he is completely blind. And it's not
Hey.
the first time. They tell you that in the commercial, though,
What?
for Viagra.
Viagra can make you go blind.
If you listen to the commercial, they tell you, but they tell you at a rapid speed at the end in the disclaimer
side effects.
that you can
Well,
go
one
blind.
of the side effects for Viagra is
It's going blind.
blindness.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Not just that. I have heard that guys say that they use it, and the next day when they wake up, they see in blue, and they can't hardly see. And if that's going on, that should tell you that something's wrong with the product that you're using.
Yeah.
No product should cause any kind of excess difficulty or action in your system. It's supposed to go in, do what it's supposed to do, and you're supposed to have joy out of it, and fine. But you got to look at all of the years that you've been partying, having drinks on the weekend, the cocktails and smoking, and you haven't had a chance to clean those areas out. So it's a simple thing. You clean those areas out now, your blood is going to automatically get clean. It's going to work. But when you put this on top, oh my goodness.
Somebody said Viagra could give you priapism, which is the perpetually hard swipe.
Wow. Wow.
It just priapism. It just won't go down.
That could be inappropriate.
I don't see a problem.
No, but I think that could.
Y'all wow. Come on.
Oh, it can,
You going into the
it can
business
turn into a problem.
You going into the business?
Yeah,
meeting?
well, I mean,
That's how you get the deal.
but see the sad part is you can't keep repeating yourself doing that.
Keep going, Doc. Talk
Now,
to him.
see people going on the edge and they feel something ain't wrong and they still taking it and they still going on the edge. You taking a risk with your life. I don't think no shot of nothing is worth your life.
Then you gotta look at they're not replenishing. They're giving it out, and they're not
Putting it back in.
Put it simply, you can come and go at the same time.
On the Kevin Samuels side.
So listen, the doc and his nephew created a special blend for the show. This is the He Has Risen pill. No headache, no side effects. These 100% herbs. All right? The only way to get it is to Cash App Zoe Williams. That's the only way to get it. If you're interested in getting some of, and then as a matter of fact, there's a limited supply. Am I correct?
No, man, we go run with it.
Well, I'm just saying we only pressed up what 500.
Yeah, we pressed up to like 500.
So
right
this
now.
shit gonna go fast. If you want the pipe hype, if you want the pipe hype, email me, and what is the price, Doc?
$60.
$60 for how many is in
10
here?
capsules.
So it's less than $6 a.
See, that's not bad. Problem is, I ain't got no problem with the high pipe. Well, it's the other scenario. What does that cost? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not bad. That's a great retail
Boy,
price.
let me tell you something. We know something wrong with your dick or something wrong with your heart.
Calm down. Ooh. That's what we not doing. That's what we not doing. No.
Will you tell this man?
That's what we not doing.
Let me tell you something.
You're not about to besmirch my pipe.
Let me tell you something, man. Your dick ain't off your.
He is going pretty far.
Listen,
Yeah, he's going
your
really
dick
far
is
now.
not off the heart
Now you
grid.
advertising and I'm not that dude. We not doing that. We not doing that.
Hey, Doc,
I got
tell him,
records to
man.
sell. I got all shit to sell. Like, you not doing that.
Doc, will you
gotta
tell
fight
him?
back.
Will you tell him, Doc?
Well,
Am
you
I
know,
lying?
it's
Your
always
dick
best.
ain't off the heart grid.
No, Mike, I need to be right here in this shot. Look at that. They're trying to disperse my pipe. That pipe is not going to be besmirched. You understand me?
You
Hey.
gotta tell Aries don't need no assistance, my nigga.
Bong bong. Thank you. Thank you. Now my heart is another story.
Zero.
That pipe. No, man. You can ask around. Ask about
To
me.
the pipe.
He's not selling
Hey,
any
Mike,
pipe
ask
dreams.
about me, bro. Call out in Inglewood and be like, yo, what's up with that? He good.
Don.
Don't do it.
Hey, I'm not gonna be out in the street calling out there. Hey, how dumb?
Niggas is besmirching your sexuality. No, that's just
No,
not
we're
happening
not.
on the So What show.
No, we're not. We're talking about how the heart is connected to the circulatory system. The circulatory system is connected to your swipe. Now, your heart is a wimp. We know your heart is a wimp, boy. You have leaky valves.
This is.
Will you tell him, Doc? Am
My
I
shit
lying?
been fixed, homie. I'm saved, my nigga.
Your swipe is not off the heart grid, man.
Hey, Kev, can you help me, bro? Come on, fellow Aries, can you help me? Don't do nothing.
It's not
He said, don't do nothing.
It's
Don't.
not connected to the circular system, as he said.
Am I wrong, Doc? Isn't your heart
Well, again,
and the swipe connected?
if there's a problem with the heart, you don't look at the heart. You look at what caused that to happen.
Yes.
You got other filters that come into play here that needs to be cleansed. So,
But you also know I didn't have heart disease.
no. We ain't talking
I
about
had a valve.
Why you
that
so
was
defensive,
leaking.
Pharaoh?
I'm very defensive. I'm very defensive right now.
Why you all sensitive when we trying to help you, man?
Don, watermelon juice is good for your thing, too. So you won't sell no women some pipe dreams.
Hey, listen.
I'm suing everybody here today. I'm suing everybody.
Just in fairness to the brother, I want to share with him the last words of Steve Jobs.
Here we go.
Dead,
The last word.
dead at 56. I have reached the pinnacle of success in business. In other people's eyes, my life is a success. However, aside from work, I've had little joy. At the end of the day, wealth is just a fact I've gotten used to. Right now, lying on my hospital bed, reminiscing all of my life, I realize that all the recognition and wealth I took so much pride in has faded and become meaningless in the face of imminent death. You can hire someone to drive your car or make money for you, but you can't hire someone to stand sick and die for you.
Real shit.
Material things lost can be found again, but there's one thing that can never be found when it's lost: life.
See, Bob, and that's what, it's funny, but it ain't funny. And we coming in love. I swear to God, Pharaoh, we coming in love. So if anybody wants the He Is Risen pill, all you got to do is cash at me $60 and then email me your name and address to vor106@gmail.com. I always make a post office run on Tuesdays. I'll ship all of these mugs out tomorrow. All you got to do, go to my Cash App. My Cash App is up right there, $ZoWhatNetter. And this is backed by a company, Russell Herbals, that's been in business since 1976.
Dope.
This is let me just tell you though, this is a reputable, credible, solid, bona fide specialist in this field. I don't even want to tell you some of the stories he done told me about other folk. I ain't gonna say nothing. I just know that his stuff works. So if you want it, Zowat Netter, $Zowat Netter, $60. We only got 500 pills. That's how I'm looking at it. There's only 500 pills. If y'all want it, 10 pills per capsule. And I would suggest that everybody go and support Russell Herbal's, just in general, in terms of cleansing and detoxing all the various organs. This is the master. When I tell you, this Leroy. this Leroy right here, this is the master. Doc?
Well, it's all good. I'm go keep grinding hard. I'm always seeking the best for us, and I just want to keep this thing going, man. You know, health is all you have. Your body is a hell of a tool. There's a lot of joy in it if you take care of it, and it's the only thing that you really own. I would say just take time out from time to time and just check yourself out, and there's some things that you need to work on. Just understand that we've been lied to in school about the 8 glasses of water and shitting once a day. It's all a lie. So all of us have a backlog of waste in the system. So just understanding that and just making some changes in your life to incorporate the proper herbs and foods into your diet, and I'll help you with that. We can turn a lot of heads around, turn your health around, and create joy and happiness for people with that in mind.
This is a sincere, genuine brother, and I'm telling you, he's got the real deal. So, enough of that. Let's get Timmy Tight Top in here. The motherfucker who wears the tightest t-shirts.
Thank you.
10,000 push-ups.
Thank you.
Mr. Tibbs.
It's all about self-love, always. So when it comes to self-love, it's about being disciplined. And working out and health is all about being disciplined. So I provided a company, or a part of my company, to help you guys be healthy. And I specialize in 3-day cleanses, weight loss program, which is 12 juices. I have a 6-pack detox, 6-pack immunity, 6-pack recovery. So everything is functional for your body. Okay, so today's featured juice is Peach Sunrise. Okay,
What is it called?
Peach Sunrise.
I thought you said
Apple.
peace, sunrise.
Peach Sunrise. Since
Pronounce all the motherfucking
Sorry.
consonants.
Peach.
That's why you fuck up. Ain't no goddamn peach
I didn't know.
sunrise unless she raising up in your face. Unless
That's that part of consonant.
peach.
Peach Sunrise.
Okay.
Okay. It has apple, carrot, strawberry, and peach. You get this with the Energy 6-pack if you order in this week. And peaches are seasonal, so if you hop onto this is probably one of the best juices that have carrot and fruit in it.
So it's got peach and carrot in it.
Peach, carrot, strawberry, apple.
Give me that motherfucker right there. Hand that over here now. The fuck? This shit sound delicious. I am a granddaddy. My granddaughter's birthday was yesterday.
That's right, you is grand.
Give it to your granddaughter.
Hey, shout out! We got our first risen. He is risen order.
Already?
Come on, y'all. Step into the motherfucking crucible. I'm telling you now, these little green pills ain't like the blue ones. All you got to do, $Zowat Netter, and then email me, vor106@gmail.com, your name and your address, and I will mail you off your order. All herbs will protect you. Good shit.
Yes, sir.
Now, how do people follow you in the juice world?
WeJuice.com. Come to my site was down for 2 weeks. I didn't even know, but my site is back
Why
up.
wouldn't you know that? You somewhere meditating,
Yes, sir.
losing money on the stock market.
I'm not losing. Definitely, I'm not losing money in the stock
Nigga, I
market.
lost money.
Listen.
On your advice.
There's other people that got in this play, and there's people that's probably listening to the station get on the play too. All you got is research and get information, and this is a stock that's going to blow up. Just to be honest, but WeJuice.com, please support. You guys, it's all about health. I'm here. This is for you guys. Even though I make juice, this is for you, you know, because it's about us being healthy, us knowing who we are, being healthy, period.
I want to shout out Prester John in the chat room said something very powerful. He said, "Rest in peace, beloved ancestor Muhammad Nasruddin, Recycling Black Dollars. He was the motivation for why we do this on this show. Recycling Black Dollars, by bringing black businesses to your attention. We don't bring black business to your attention for you to ridicule or judge. We bring them for you to put your dollars into those businesses, because that's how they survive. That's how they live. So again, go to wejuice.com, go to BealSauce.com, and this is a call to action. Buy out all of their stuff. Buy out all of their inventory. Go to RussellHerbals.com. It's a lot of black, sick, your organs are stanking. It's a lot of black people that need to be cleansed, man.
Yeah.
These are detoxes. Let me get to it, Bobby, and I'll throw it to you.
It's relative to what you just said about Muhammad Nasruddin.
I know. I'm going to throw it to you because I know you got something. That's why I put it out. Again, I want you guys to, the intent of promoting these businesses is for you to buy out their inventory. How do you buy out their inventory? I'm not asking one person to spend all the money they got. I'm asking a collective of people who are in the chat room to collectively go and support. A fist is more powerful than a finger. So if we all come together and everybody buys one of these, everybody buys one juice, everybody buys one book, everybody buys something, now you see the power of recycling black dollars, and that's important. Bobby, your thoughts?
On October the 11th of the coming year of 2022, it'll be 15 years since I watched Muhammad Nasruddin take his final breath. I'd never seen anybody die before. And I was working with Recycling Black Dollars. I always will be affiliated. And I heard what I learned is a death rattle. It's the weirdest sound you'll ever hear. It sounds like somebody choking and screaming at the same time. And I went into his office. His eyes were open. He was looking straight ahead. He had a little drool coming out the side of his mouth. He had just had a massive heart attack. And I've been begging this brother for years to take better care of himself. He had put on about 100 pounds since I met him. And he passed away suddenly. And then his brother named Willie Fan. Anybody heard of DJ Paradise? His father, Willie Fan, took over the organization. 2 years later, and this is by the time I had started getting into, being more conscious about my own wealth, my own wellness. I hadn't met you yet, Doc, but I begged Willie to take better care of himself, man. He was gone. At some point, take into consideration the people that you know and you love and you care, and have no regrets about telling them, man, you need to do something to take care of yourself, because there's nothing worse than I wish I coulda, shoulda. And that's why, Dom, this is straight out of love. Everybody in this room love you, brother. I've only known you a short period of time. I love you, man.
That nigga don't love me.
Yeah, he do,
I
man.
love you.
He going hard.
He knows I love you.
I realize how sharp his tongue is, man.
It's sharp.
It's sharper
He
than a
knows I
motherfucker.
love. He know
I'm
that.
I'm cut up over here, bro. You understand me?
Heal, my brother. Heal. Cause
Y'all know I love him, man.
He'll take you there, but we coming back, all right?
Yeah.
Seriously, man, it's all out of
Oh,
love,
no.
man. I mean, really, man. Don't get the folks that impressed, because they think I be leaving out of here because I'm mad at this nigga. I ain't mad at him, man. I just gotta go, man.
Yeah, motherfuckers will
So I just wanted to
shit,
know
like-
that
Yeah, they will.
I've seen firsthand what happens to people I care about when they ignore themselves and their well-being. Please take care of yourself and the people around you, because nothing worse than going and watching somebody that you saw living and vibrant stretched out. It's the worst feeling in the world.
Yep. And if you humping while your heart is struggling
Come
to
on,
pump,
bro. Now, flag on the play, bro.
I'm gonna throw some hands on it. I'm throwing the microphone there and we go there.
I got it.
oh, we just oh man, please support my brother Russell Herbals.
Yeah.
Also, please support Total Package Energy, black-owned business we've been promoting for nearly 7-8 years. Again, support Beal Sauce. Support my books. The Shrouded Lighthouse is my latest book. Please go to theshroudedlighthouse.com. I have engaged and started work on book number 5. I did that this morning. It was session number 1 this morning. It's going to be powerful. It's a powerful work I'm already laying down with my team. So, again, support all of the businesses that we put in front of you. Kev.
Yeah, Know Your Rights Foundation, we just made 2 new crack scene notices. If you guys don't know, they're the cat, dog, cat. Take the initial from each word. They just put out, basically, they're trying to tell everybody that this new thing now is going to be like the flu and everything is going to be regular. They're doing that on the surface, while on the low, in the States, they're trying to implement plans that you have to get mandated, or they're mandating that you have to get vaccinated in order to do certain things. Like in DC, they're mandating that all the children have to get vaccinated to go back to school. But they're not showing any of that on the news. So it's still going down. So we just created 2 new notices at the Know Your Rights Foundation. One of them is it's a liability, adverse events and liability notice, because they put out on the Cat Dog Cat website all of the effects, everything that's been happening since they released it, and it's listed. I mean, all the bullshit, all the myocarditis, everything, all the people that's been dropping, all of it, and we put it in a new notice.
Kev, stop 1 second. This motherfucker come here every week and drop science. This motherfucker come here every week and drop jewels. This motherfucker has built his platform talking to y'all. And you motherfuckers can't like the video? This shit is disrespectful. Hit the goddamn like button so the algorithm can kick in.
It's all about
Kick
the algorithm.
the fucking like button. It's free. Stop being a fucking asshole. My bad, Kevin. Finish
It's all
up what
good.
you're saying now.
So yeah, on this notice, we've listed everything that the Cat Dog Cat released on July the 1st. They released all their numbers and put it in a report. We took that report and put it in a notice so that you, if your employer tries to make you get vaccinated, you can give them this liability notice that shows them what the Cat Dog Cat released, how you're in danger of being affected by those cupcakes. I call them cupcakes, but you can call them whatever you want. But you're being affected by the crack scene, as well as if they make you get it, they're liable for compensation for every second that the crack scene stays within your body. So that's this right here as well. This comes with the Pfizer released report, because the federal government said that Pfizer, they tried to say that they wanted to release what was in the crack scene. They wanted to release it 75 years down the line. The federal court said, no, you have to release it now.
Release it now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So they've been releasing it every month. If y'all don't know, you can get that right here. The notice comes with 7 pages of that report, and in the back, so basically it tells you how many people kicked the bucket from their own trials. This is Pfizer's own trials. How many people kicked the bucket, as well as all the adverse effects in the back. It's only 3 pages. It was 9 pages of adverse effects. We only put 3 in here, and it's 250 adverse effects on each page. So the notice comes with this Pfizer report. And then we created a new religious exemption one. There was a lawsuit that just happened with North Shore University where there was a settlement for $10.5 million. Basically, the university denied them a religious exemption, and they weren't able to do that. That was against the law. So basically, in the crack scene, it came out because Pfizer had to release all the ingredients. It came out that there was aborted fetal tissue in the crack scene, and so if you're pro-life, then that's against your religious beliefs. So you can claim religious exemption, and they cannot stop you from that. So we put that in the new notices. What just happened with that lawsuit and settlement and what's in it. So boom, you can get these at knowyourrightsfoundation.org. If you want, I had this for free, the new letter. I had this for free if you wanted to order the Great Book of Melanin Research. I had it for free for the weekend. People been hitting me up all through the night because it was only supposed to be for Saturday and Sunday. So I'll put it on again for today. I'll put this in the notice for free. Actually, this one. The liability notice will come in with the package, the Melanin book package, if you order today. It's only today only. I'm only extending it for today. So if you want it by itself, just go to knowyourrightsfoundation.org.
Well, sounds good to me, brother. Sounds like you doing some good things out here in the community.
Real quick, they just released also that if you take the crack scene, you have people, because cancer has been on the rise. They said they've equated it. People who take the crack scene, you have 143 times more chance of catching cancer. They just released that from the cat dog cat. So,
and listen, you know what it is.
143 times.
We've been saying this shit for the longest. This system is designed to get you in and out this motherfucker as quick as possible. They're gonna start telling you, listen, you got a 35 Halloween max. you get to see Halloween 35 times and then it's over. Because they're not producing greatness. So if the society is producing mediocrity, you get 35. 35 Christmases, 35 Thanksgivings, 35 Halloweens. Then after that, you got to get the fuck up off the land. It's like that episode of the Boondocks, and I'm gonna throw it to Bobby. Remember that episode of the Boondocks when the white man, Wunsler, bought that restaurant and they created the Luther? And then they said, hey man, they had the itis. They created a donut hamburger that was so motherfucking delicious. They said, you know what, the style of the restaurant is, we got to put beds in this bitch. But after a motherfucker sleep for long enough, we got to be able to eject them out of the bed so we can get the next customers in. So it was funny, right? But the metaphor applies. Society is like, if you not about shit, like what is your real imprint on planet Earth, on humanity?
That's the question.
I know this man, listen, this is like a herbal griot. Do you know there's a story in the herbs? This is some shit big mamas and medicine men, like that's a lane. That's a spirit lane.
Yes, sir.
So he know what the fuck he here for. Why are you here? What the fuck did you pull up for?
What a question.
And society is on some old, well, let's get him out of here after 35 Halloweens. Bobby.
You know, there's some caveats to what you just said. They don't necessarily want you out of here in 35. They just want to make sure that your first stop out of your wallet is the pharmaceutical lane.
Oh,
see, because once they get you on medication, very few people get off of it. The problem with that is you cannot poison the body into health. You can sustain life, but what kind of quality of life do you have becomes the issue. With that being said, I'm going to swing over into what I'm here to do right now, and then get out here and take care of some business, because Zoe has afforded me an opportunity to do that.
Y'all.
Nah, I'm not mad. I'm glad that I can come in here and share what Zoe is helping me do. Zoe is behind the scenes making things happen. I wouldn't be on KBLA if it wasn't for Zoe. And he's teaching me how to deal with the imperfections of that situation. I had Jerry West on the show the other day. And I had Michael Nunn, former middleweight champion of the world, who is also going through the cleanse right now and a big proponent of it. You know,
and
he's got some great things to say already.
You'd be surprised how many big time people going through the cleanse.
Right.
If this man revealed who's on the juice, go ahead.
You know, but Michael raving about it. He's lost 20 pounds, and for a fleeting moment, talked about a comeback. I said, you're going to come back on Counterpunch. That's what you're going to come back on. Counterpunch with Bobby Glanton Smith. We're going to begin taping on the 31st, and in September we'll launch. Jerry West will be a recurring guest. Some of the greats in the field of boxing and people who care and love about the sport are going to be a part of Counterpunch. So also, if you hadn't seen it yet, go check out Westward, the podcast. That's WESTWARD, the podcast. You can get it on iHeart, and we did it in conjunction with Dan Patrick. Real proud of that work. Shout out to all the people that I met when I was in Detroit last week. My business partner and I in the company Joy Road Entertainment are doing some wonderful things of capturing stories about people who have done some amazing things. I sat in the home of Willie Horton, who in 1967 left the Detroit Tiger Stadium and went to 12th Street in Detroit to calm our people down in uniform because we done set the place afire.
So, Bobby, before you leave, you got to speak on this. Dennis Rodman plans to visit Russia this week to seek the release of WNBA player Brittany Griner. It is reported that Dennis got permission from the United States government to go help Brittany Griner. He says he's trying to go this week. What are your thoughts on the efficacy of the involvement of Dennis Rodman?
Well, when you got a toothache, you don't go see the best blacksmith in town. By that, I'm simply meaning this.
Another Uncle Bobby saying.
Yeah.
Dennis is going to end up in a cell next to her if he's not careful, because Putin don't play that. He might have permission from the United States. Getting in Russia is one thing. Getting out of there might be another. Yeah, that's how I feel about that. And, you know, we play with diplomacy, we play with these titles, and we end up being misrepresented. That's why we got so many preachers leading our people straight to what?
Hell.
In a handbasket.
Thank you, Bobby. We appreciate your contributions as always. Brother Bobby in the building. Now, let's move on to the next topic.
So,
Yeah.
I have an album coming out this week.
Oh, that's right. That's right. My bad.
So if you would allow
Skip me,
me.
man.
No.
It's okay, it's okay.
My
You
bad.
got this, man. You got this before you wasting your time right now. It's
all right.
Get it. Ridicule me and then skip me. Go deep with it, man.
My bad, brother.
Jazzmatics,
Tell them about it.
which the first video features your boy, Zoe Williams, yeah, and your girl, Sarah, without the H, will be dropped August 25th, this Thursday. 13 very dope songs. If you love love, if you love a conscious lyric, go pick that up, iTunes and everywhere else. Jazzmatics, Jazzmatix. The video also drops on Thursday, so check that out on YouTube, What You Manifest.
Let me tell you something. I've been talking about the Jack Herrera project for many, many years, and I've been playing it for many, many years, and I've been disappointed that it didn't get the release that it deserved. And we were there.
We were there.
We were there through the whole process. We were there. So what I haven't talked about publicly is that Dom had his own album called Jazzmatics, his own band, his own group. And I'm just gonna say, man, it was amazing back then, and to see it coming out now, it's full circle.
Just full circle.
So I'm very pleased with that. And
thanks to you and Broadway for just kind of being the brain trust of the project.
yeah.
So that we can make it happen this Thursday.
Oh,
So go peep
absolutely.
that.
Jazzmatics. I want everybody to go out and purchase and purchase and purchase and purchase. Let's get the numbers popping. Let's get the numbers popping. Almost 600 people in the chat room, less than 400 likes. Not good enough. Let's get the likes to match the amount of people in the room. Let's do that. Back to Dennis Rodman. Now, we know Dennis Rodman was friends with, who is it? The president of South Korea.
Kim Jong.
Kim Jong.
Who they done took out?
Right.
Did they?
Like a clone.
Heard nothing from that nigga.
You ain't heard from him.
Yeah, I heard that, you know, he looked different. He's not as big. And when I say big, I mean
Right.
weight-wise. And they say for this, what is it, South Korean? The South Korean people like to see their leaders to be a little round and pudgy. He show up.
North Korea.
North Korea.
Yeah.
North Korea, right? North Korea. He shows up and he's slender. And this is after being like really ill, and they didn't know if he was dead or not. So you never know what kind of step in.
Nigga, the CIA is always doing shit.
But let me just say, I don't know.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck going on. But is this just a distraction? I want to ask somebody who was a professional athlete. Do professional athletes really have international power when it comes in power or influence when it comes to political situations, that especially during wartime? What are your thoughts on that, Dr. Russell?
No, hell no.
Thank you.
They're athletes. They should stay in their lane. I mean, it's almost like saying an athlete can be a governor. What the fuck does he know about that? I mean, I'm just being real. Somebody's been sports all of his life, and all of a sudden you go switch him. Come on, no, man.
All of a sudden you don't run a country because you know how to run a basketball team?
Because no disrespect to Dennis, he makes friends with these motherfuckers.
He does. He really does.
But my question is, have you heard Dennis speak?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dennis ain't the most articulate or sharpest knife in the drawer. So I'm just interested to know, like, do you prep Dennis? Do you say, okay, Dennis, here's a list of talking points. Please cover this shit. Stay on the script. Like, how do you prep him to go over there to play this role? And I really think it's kind of dangerous to put him in that position if he's not well equipped to be a diplomat, right? To engage in diplomacy. And Bobby brought up a great point. How do you get him in and get him out? What if he goes over there and finds himself in the same situation as Brittany?
Right. Oh, we got another one.
We got another one now. Now what you gonna trade for Rodman?
Right.
So,
Nothing. You ain't gonna trade shit for Dennis Rodman.
so do you think Rodman is putting himself in harm's way by offering to do this or getting permission to do this?
I think it's a pretty sketchy subject. I mean, I think it's awful. I wouldn't put myself in a position.
How about that? Right.
I just think that the whole thing has been blown out of whack. I mean, if somebody breaks the law, they breaks the law. I'm just thinking that if it was a brother, just a regular brother that went over there, what would happen to him? Would he have a lot of protests and march to get him home, or would they say, "Fuck it, he broke the law, let him pay the price"? So I wouldn't go over there.
Right. Somebody says in the chat room, Dennis ain't Ali.
At all.
No.
And Dennis is looser than Brittany.
That's probably the only
Like, he's a
athlete-
looser
Now, Ali,
candidate.
I was about to say, that's the only athlete who probably has some political power where he could probably move something.
didn't Ali go to Iraq and talk to Saddam? Y'all don't remember that, do you?
No, I don't.
Y'all don't remember that?
No, I don't.
He did.
Motherfucker went to Iraq, say, listen, homeboy, you about to bring this fire on your ass now. I'm trying to tell you. Ali was able to do that. This is a tough man.
Yeah, Dennis Rodman.
I'm worried about Dennis, and I know Dennis is probably doing it out of the kindness of his heart.
And a little publicity.
But publicity for what? What is he? Is he selling Dennis dogs? What is he? Publicity for what?
For Dennis, he is a publicity fiend.
Yeah, you're like,
You think Dennis is a publicity?
For sure.
He was when he was a player. I'll say
And
that.
even after.
But as he gotten older, I don't
when he
know.
did that show with Trump,
He got so much things going on. He be promoting. You gotta look him up on the internet. Oh, look him up on the internet. On the internet, man. He be doing all kind of shit. Yeah, Dennis, he out there trying to make his money after the game.
Let's move on to the next topic. White House Chief Medical Advisor, breaking news, Dr. Anthony Fauci to step down in December after more than 50 years of public service. The 81-year-old has advised seven U.S. presidents, starting with Ronald Reagan. He's leaving public service to pursue the next chapter of his career. At 81, nigga. I know you ain't on Russell Herbals. Go sit down somewhere and get ready to lay down.
get ready.
Get ready to lay down. I know you ain't on the Herbals.
Nah.
Next chapter, okay, at 81. All right, cool. How many chapters in this book? Okay, now I don't mean him no harm.
Nigga bouncing before the heat come.
Right, that's what I think. He first joined the NIH in 1968 at age 27, eventually taking over as director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases in 1984. Former President George W. Bush awarded Fauci the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2018. He's stepping down in December. After more than 50 years of government service, I plan to pursue the next phase of my career while I still have so much energy and passion for my field, Fauci said in a statement. I want to use what I have learned as the NIAID director to continue to advance science and public health and to inspire and mentor the next generation of scientific leaders as they help prepare the world to face future infectious disease threats. I gotta ask the resident herbal master here. Is this a good or a bad thing that he's stepping down? And if he was a problem, who's going to continue this work? Who's going to continue in his field? Because I believe it's really about thinning the herd. Your thoughts?
I think the same thing. I mean, for all of the questions that they had to ask him about this last shot that he couldn't answer, I mean, that should let you know something. I just feel that anytime that you use drugs, just straight drugs to promote health, I don't think it's a good thing. I think it's more of a money grab and a lot of fear involved. And I think that people are so busy that they don't take time to take a good look at themselves and how they even operate. And they're just going by what the general masses do, which is to me, I mean, you can do your own thing, but for me, I'm going to check everything out that goes into my body. I'm going to check it out thoroughly to make sure that those things are committing no harm to me. And if it's going to adjust my life to make my life better, sure, but I can't see taking drugs at all to protect myself or to promote my immune system when in reality it doesn't. It does the opposite. So.
And he was the leader of this. Remember,
course.
he was the front runner of the AIDS and HIV and talk to me. AZT, what was that?
So Judy Mikovits, she just did an interview about a month ago. If you can look it up, go on Rumble. It's with Stu Peters. So on Stu Peters' on platform, they did an interview, and they broke down. She went all the way back to the '80s about how Fauci got famous, and so Luc Montagnier, he basically isolated the HIV. He isolated HIV and found it. This is a French scientist. So then to corroborate it, he called over here to the lab that Judy Mikovits worked for. So she was the second person to isolate it and find it. When she did it, the lab that she worked for, Fauci was the head of it. So when she isolated it, he called in and said, "Yo, what is your work? Let me see your work." She said, "No, I'm not going to let you see our work until we've had time to corroborate it and do all this." He said, "No, I need your work now. Give it to me, or I'm going to do this and that." She said, "No." So about maybe a day later, he called and had her arrested. Said that she stole something from the lab. When she went out of the lab, he sucked up all her work. He took all her work, and then he became known as the person the second person to isolate the HIV thing, and that's why he was in charge of the whole thing, AZT and all of that. But she broke down the whole AZT thing and how it was pushed towards black people, melanated people, and the reason. So they basically broke down how back in the day, the Nation of Islam, there was a doctor or somebody who worked for or was with the Nation of Islam who came out with a natural way to heal it, and the U.S. government shitted on him.
They shut it all down.
They shitted on him,
Yeah.
but it worked. And Judy Mikovits, she worked with the Nation of Islam, and so she was like, his stuff worked. She was basically breaking down how his whatever he was giving out, it actually worked. And the AZT that Fauci and them was pushing, she said they pushed it towards the melanated people because melanated people have better immune systems. She said that because Stu Peters was trying to say, well, they weren't targeting black people, because I think he's a MAGA nationalist or whatever. So he was like, they weren't targeting black people for sure. He's like, no. She said, no, they were targeting black people because black people's immune systems are better. And so when you're trying to create, you're trying to figure out antibody science, you want to do it with people with the best immune systems. So that's why they were pushing this shit on niggas. And so all of this is starting to come out now. All this stuff because he's getting so much heat on him because of the Pandeezy. Everybody's coming with lawsuits on this dude. Then it started to come out that he has 120-something patents on vaccines from the NIH.
And before you move forward, isn't it a fair question? Why would you be a co-owner in disease?
Yep.
Like a specific, I own that. I own a piece of it.
Yep.
Like, just the question itself is offensive.
The conflict of
I own part of the flu.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
You don't know why
That's true, though. That's a true statement. He does.
Because I own some of the flu. You own the flu.
Yes.
the fuck kind of shit is
Yes, they do.
But again, that's who, I'm ready to retire because I'm excited about the next chapter.
Yeah.
Well, what's that? You own the flu, my nigga. Like, what does the next chapter look? What you finna own now?
Nigga, Rand Paul got this nigga up there said, how much money you making back from all of from residuals on it? He said, well, I would have to go through. I don't really know. And it's because he said, he said, is it true that
I don't really know. Is really none of your business.
Right. So
fuck you doing asking me about my money on TV? You pocket watching, nigga?
Listen what he said. So he goes, wait a minute. He says, is it true that there are over 9,000 scientists that work for the NIH that are receiving residuals off of patents? He was like, well, I don't know if it's that. I don't know the exact number. And then he said, is it true that you have over 100? He said, it's not that many. No, I don't. He said, well, how much money are you making from your patents, Fauci? He's like, I would have to go and look. He says, it's not that much. And he says, and then he had a little piece of paper because he anticipated that question. And he goes, well, here it just shows I made $127.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
$127.
$127.
Million.
That's what you made.
$127.
Don't do that.
Nigga,
I can't believe you said that.
Questioned in front
Listen.
of Congress about them patents and the shit that you done put out. He's
Now-
like, it's time for me to go.
Now tie all of it in, right? The entertainment industry. Why all of these movies? The movie Outbreak.
Yep.
With motherfucking what's my man, Lawrence Fishburne.
That was
What was that movie?
So Outbreak was with Dustin Hoffman.
What's the one with Lawrence? Contagion.
Contagion.
That's where they got the idea for
I Am Legend.
Social distancing.
What else? Well, there's so many movies. I Am Legend.
Yeah.
So many movies that have been getting you prepped
Yep.
for what the fuck is going on. And what niggas can do. This is why they saying, look, we gotta kill motherfuckers.
Nigga.
See, people think that I'm trying to put people down. I'm really saying, when was the last time you had a heart-to-heart with yourself and questioned what you are doing here on planet? Like, why am I here? Because what I start to find is people who haven't dealt with internal trauma, people who haven't dealt with the work that comes with being in their family, and the society. Of course, we've been conditioned by society. We've been brutalized by society. If you don't work to heal none of that shit, you're not going to find the true purpose of why you're here in the first place. You're not here to identify with what you've been through. Like, what you've been through, yeah, nigga, I'm from whoop-de-whoop, nigga, and this is how I was raised. You're not supposed to identify with that. You're supposed to overcome that. Right? It's not like, I ain't gonna never leave the motherfucking hood, nigga.
Right.
This is what I know, nigga. I'm the realest of the real, nigga. This is how I get this. I was raised to get down like this, nigga.
Raised to get down like this.
No, you have to transcend that. That's the purpose of you being here. And the reason why I bring this up is because it leads us into our next story. In Inglewood, another crash happens.
What?
Yeah, a couple days ago. Another crash happens. Motherfucker ran through the red light. 2 people killed. In Inglewood, one injured when driver runs red light to evade police in South LA.
I did hear about that.
August 19th, 2022. 2 people were killed and another was injured after a driver ran a red light to evade police and caused a multi-vehicle collision in South Los Angeles early Friday, police said. The crash occurred around 4:15 p.m. at the intersection of Broadway Street and Manchester. Los Angeles police said officers initially observed a car traveling westbound on Manchester Avenue at high speeds, police said. As they attempted to pull the car over, the driver continued speeding westbound on Manchester Avenue and failed to yield at a red light. So let me come back. Yes, we are conditioned and broken and fucked up as a people, socially, familially. Right? In our families, we are conditioned and broken. If we don't feel that brokenness, I've been saying this for years. What do niggas are habitual line steppers. When you broke, you reckless. When you're internally broke, you'll do whatever. Somebody told you, fuck it, nigga, it's cool for me to run through this light. Police, I don't give a fuck, nigga. The whole I don't give a fuck mentality comes out of unhealed trauma. I don't give a fuck is basically saying I don't have emotional IQ or empathetic IQ.
Or spiritual IQ.
Or I don't give a fuck, nigga. These niggas following me, nigga. I don't give a fuck, nigga. What a red light mean to me? Then the crazy people who created the condition that created that monster behind the wheel goes, we got to kill these niggas.
Right.
We got to put some motherfucking, hey, what's that? We got to put some antifreeze in the Fruit Loops.
Right.
Yep. In the tomato.
We got to make sure that the tomatoes don't got no seeds. Seedless tomato.
They put antifreeze in the tomatoes too, so that they don't freeze in the wintertime. They can grow them in the wintertime. That's a real thing. They spliced tomatoes with antifreeze. Go Google it. It's a real thing.
Nice, but do you see what I'm saying? Like, so when I see that, okay, here's another example. Fuck it. I got examples, right? This guy, another crash in Los Angeles, or this person. Then you get the TikToker who faces backlashing for going to McDonald's with monkeypox.
Oh, homeboy that was sitting in the car.
And he does a video of himself drinking the mother. Hey, listen, I'm just telling you, you got to watch who you be around.
He sure did. Nigga with sand dunes on his arm.
You sand dunes. You monkeypoxed up, and you telling people to watch you. You at McDonald's,
Fucking crazy.
Well, I was hungry and see habitual line stepping. We constantly put ourselves in precarious situations and then justify crossing lines.
But the cat did just come out and say the monkey P is a sexually transmitted disease between the B and the G of the alphabet soup.
The B and the G.
Wait, say that motherfucking alphabetic combination again.
Cat came out and said that that's basically it's not. You don't get it from skin contact. You get it from fluid transfer, from sexual contact between them.
There he is.
Yeah, they said it's exclusively between that community. That's where they're finding it.
That's
no
him right there.
No one else.
And now he at Burger King.
Yep. Well, he ain't fucking nobody at Burger King, so ain't nobody gonna get it.
We don't know what the fuck happened. Listen, man. Listen, I've been saying this for a long time. I don't know if Kev has been saying it for a long time, but I'm going to tell you right now, you're living in a science project.
For sure.
You're living in an experiment.
Petri dish.
I don't give a fuck what the official word is. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how none of that shit works. I don't know. Do you believe the official word on 9/11?
I don't believe nothing.
What? Not even. Yeah, I'm not a believer in anything, but I know it or I'm studying, period.
So when they come out and say the official word is man wrestling, they say that's how you get monkeypox is through man wrestling.
2 men.
Man wrestling.
Naked man wrestling?
No. So, but nobody thinks in stereo. Everybody thinks mono. So watch this. We're going to tell everybody that the only way to get monkeypox is through man wrestling. And what does that do to the common mind? The common mind is, well, I ain't going to get it then because
I'm good.
I'm not a man wrestler. So I'm good. So then you get to go on and keep doing the habitual line stepping shit you've been doing because you think, hey, I'm not in the WWE no more. Hey, yo, I'm just saying.
That's hilarious.
Meanwhile,
monkeypox is on the counter at McDonald's.
Meanwhile, monkeypox is on the counter at McDonald's. You in here getting a motherfucking you getting a brisk iced tea, and now you got monkeypox on your. I don't trust none of this shit, man.
This nigga said sand dunes.
Damn.
And this is the picture of habitual line stepping.
Bomb.
Is this any different than a motherfucker running through the light after being chased by the police?
It's the same thing.
Is this any different than the sister flying down La Brea
Same thing.
with her hand out the window and fly into and kill 6 people? She got her hand out the window, got her phone,
Flying.
drunk, whatever, mad, had an argument. Habitual line stepping. This is endemic of mental illness. This is endemic of not accepting generational curses as generational curriculum. Generational curriculum. This is the shit you inherited from your broken people, and your job is to fix the scrambled puzzle you inherited from them.
Yeah.
Now, some, like Bruce Lee said, take some that works for you and leave the rest. Well, you got to be able to examine it and say, this is useful, this is limited, right? Most people don't do that. Most people just identify with who and where they came from. Doc, what are your thoughts on the monkeypox, man?
Well, they say, like you said, if it's WWE, they better cut that WWE shit out. That's all I know. But but I mean, if you take a look at the picture of the guy, I mean, look at it.
It's like bubble gum.
No, I mean, can you imagine what's inside of it?
Wow.
Oh my God.
See what I'm saying? Now all that
If we see that, what's inside?
For him, it's probably nougat.
And see, all that shit that's popping out on the outside is coming from inside.
That's true.
So he's basically shitting through his skin.
Wow. One of the virologists actually just said that the other day. They said what monkey pee is the vaccine toxins coming through and all the other shit coming through, trying to come up, and your body trying to force it out.
But didn't this exist before?
Very rare, just in Africa, and small, only maybe like 10,000 people a year got it. But it was like it's like a light mild flu. No one dies, nothing ever happens. So this is ramped up. What they done did right here, this is the shit that they did in the Wu-Tang.
Let me ask you, Doc. Can you cure? Because this seems to me, based on the information that's being provided, and like I said, I'm skeptical of all of this shit. Would this be classified as an STD?
They are now.
Well,
they're doing it now. That's what they.
I'm asking the doc, Kev. God damn.
No, it's okay. No, it's okay if he gets it. I'm not going to classify what medical people call it or whatever. So I'm not into that. I don't claim to cure anything. But that man is toxic. He's so toxic. The toxins are basically coming through his skin. So. And look at the size. Can you imagine what's in his colon and his liver and his kidneys and his lymphatic system?
Maybe even his pancreas. Right?
Well, all that's filth, but most of that waste that should be leaving through his natural channels is coming out through his skin.
That's a bucket of high fructose corn syrup he got right there in his hand.
Come on, man.
Shit.
A bucket.
There's a bucket of high fructose corn syrup right there. 200 times sweeter than sugar.
Now let's go back, because a lot of people talk about this as well. When these pandemics, some people call them plandemics, when these pandemics, whatever you want to call them, when they hit the general populace, we seem to get sick first.
Because they releasing it to us. Here you go, little nigga.
So now my question becomes, how do you shield yourself against that? How do you protect yourself against that?
You got to keep your insides clean. Your immunity starts inside of your body. If you putting wrong stuff in, it drops your immune system down. If you putting the right stuff in, it boosts it up. If you apply everything that's needed to boost your immune system, I mean, I don't see how those things can take place with you. I mean, I had a client that called and said that they had the chills. Instead of calling me, they panicked. I went to the hospital.
Oh, no.
Look, all they had to do was call me. I'd have said, take a little cayenne pepper and a little water, warm me right up. They've been in the hospital for 5 days already.
Wow.
So it's understanding yourself and what needs to be kept clean inside and staying away from. I mean, you go to those fast food places. Even fat boy up there, he went to a place that has a sign on the door that says the food causes cancer.
Yep.
and you right in there, look, man, you
Wait.
come
Wait a minute, what?
McDonald's and you go to McDonald's and Burger King, got a sign on right on the outside that said this shit causes cancer.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I know you're serious, but I never heard that before.
Because you know why? Because you're moving so fast through McDonald's, you're not
You're
stopping
even
and
paying
look.
attention.
Most of the restaurants.
We trying to save you, Don.
You see?
I mean, we was in the store. You know, we in Whole Foods last week, and we going
You
through
gonna do that too?
um,
I thought we was
checking
boys.
out the water, and it was one particular type of water that I was drinking for a little while, and I said, nephew, hold on, we doing this thing called what we call it, nephew? What's in
What's
it?
in it?
We ready to label this fucking water? I said, oh hell no. You can't even get good water because most of the water is just purified from the faucet and they add substance to
That's
it
right.
to enhance it. So
That's right.
it's just bullshit again.
So
And
you could take tap water.
that's
and
what
then-
most of the shit out on the market is tap water.
And then
it's run through a
mineralize
filter,
it.
yeah, and add minerals to it.
Oh.
Joe, do you remember in '88 when Avion water first came out?
Yeah, yeah.
I remember as an 18-year-old, my niggas was like, that shit spelled backwards.
It's naive.
Right now,
From the gate.
no, not just that, and then
Naive. Avion.
Avion.
Sounds naive.
no,
Supposed to be
no,
fun
and
for a child.
then if you took out one of those strips that shows this acid or alkaline,
Yeah.
that shit is nothing but acid water, man.
That's right. It is.
That's real talk.
Yeah.
So, what'd you say, Sarah?
That's a warning from Omedon.
Chemicals known to cause cancer or birth defects or other reproductive harm may be present in the McNuggets and beverages sold over at this motherfucker. Cooked potatoes
Whoa, check it out,
that have
check it
been
out.
browned, such as French fries, hash browns, and baked potatoes contain
Acrylamide.
alcilamide, a chemical known to the state of California to cause cancer. Bitch.
And that's in Route. Listen, in Route.
McDonald's,
Look,
all the fast food places.
Yeah, even restaurants.
So put
I've never seen that.
I never knew that.
Hey, so put the nigga with the corn pops on his arms back up.
like in Ralph's, they got that same.
So
corn.
Corn pops, my nigga.
That-
So the corn pops got the alcilamide in it, right? Is that
Holy
It
shit.
do look like
They
corn.
look like corn pops.
Yep.
cereal.
Yeah, like
The
the
cereal,
cereal.
my nigga.
nigga got the corn pops?
Couple off and put it in the bowl.
Got corn pops.
I wouldn't eat that.
And he telling you to watch who you around.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the video. Nigga, we watching niggas like you. We don't want to be around you.
Listen, no, that's
basically you
some
go
of the
to
craziest information
No, but
I've actually ever heard on this
you
own
never-
website.
no,
I
not in any of the regular food chain stores. I can't buy shit out of that store.
Yep.
Huh?
There's nobody
I can't buy anything. I can't buy anything out of the store.
Especially not in the middle of the market.
No, I mean like Rouse and Vine. You can't buy anything out of that market.
One, wait, not even a fruit too.
No, don't fuck with that, man.
I'm just asking the question.
This is crazy.
Listen, first off, we a little spoiled. We Californians. We the fucking bread basket. That Central
Yeah.
California, all the Mexicans up there picking the motherfucking strawberries. Our shit is fresher. Go somewhere else and see what that fruit look like. I don't
Get the organic fruit though.
go down south somewhere and see what that fruit look like.
I go to Ralph's for
Midwest. Oh yeah, the Midwest.
For
that
what?
fruit
For
ain't-
food?
I mean, it's right
Dr.
next
Walsh said for food?
I didn't ask you if it was next door to you. I said for food.
for fruit sometimes. For me.
Are you reading the labels? Do you know the numbers on the fruit that tell you if it's?
I buy that organic stuff at Ralph's.
But is
Yeah.
it organic?
I buy the organic stuff
They
at
can't,
Ralph's.
dude. They cannot list it up. Dude,
I don't believe shit
I went
they
through that
do.
when I had to go through my certification, dude. It's a hell of a thing for them to put organic.
Organic on there?
Huh?
Kev,
It's a-
I know.
it's a hell of a
I
thing
can
they
give
gotta
2
do.
shakes of a fat rat's ass. I think they just say shit to make people feel a certain way. I don't believe none of it.
Dude, the USDA's, their whatever they make you go through to get that organic stamp, it is fucking crazy that you have to go through, man. It is not. You just can't go and be like, oh, this shit is organic. It has to
Kev,
be 95% organic.
So let me ask you
for your
this
shit to be
question.
labeled organic.
Do you feel more comfortable buying your organic food or fruit from a grocery store or from a farmer's market?
Either one.
I feel
either one.
for me,
I'll buy
farmers market.
Farmers market for me.
Because I don't know what the fuck.
one.
Let me tell you something, man. And there is no certified sticker
Hold on, let me-
that's gonna make me feel
Let me
shit.
break-
If I fuck with a motherfucker at the farmers market who said, this shit came out of my motherfucking
Yard.
yard. I brought this here
But there-
straight out the ground.
there's-
I feel better.
Right, but there's been videos where people have tested the organic stuff inside there and seen. So basically, when it's organic, like when your stuff is not organic, it has like what they call hits of pesticide. So each fruit that's not organic, it has like 57 hits. What they call it, 57 hits of pesticide. Organic food has nothing. It has nothing. So they tested it and showed, yes, this one that doesn't say organic, it has all the pesticides.
Kev.
The one that's organic, it had no pesticides.
What you don't understand what I'm saying is, I agree that the system is in place. You're giving me the system. I'm not gonna argue the fucking system. Sure, they gotta have checks and balances just in case some fuck shit happen. Hey. But I don't believe that system is ubiquitously in place. I think they don't mind cutting costs and slapping a sticker on some shit that's going to a certain area.
That's true, but if you know organic food, you know the difference. If you know organic food and pesticide food, you can see the difference in real organic food and not organic. Like if you go buy organic green onions and then buy pesticide green onions, put them side by side, it is a considerable difference. You can see it. It's just not like, hey, you just look the same, so I can get. No, you can't do that. Organic food looks completely different than pesticide food. It just does.
It's
And if
true.
you-
He's true, but you have to know that it's actually really organic. But the only way to really know if it's
Ain't
organic,
no eyeballing organic.
It's the only way to really know it's organic if you grow it
Grow the
yourself.
shit yourself.
That's it.
That's what I'm saying.
I have something to say based on his thing. When I first started making juices, I had a woman who was helping me, and she was telling me about the organic laws. At one point, they had like 276 items on that list that considered organic and what's not organic.
Right.
Years later, it changed, and the things that was on the list that was not organic was on the new list of the organic list. The stuff that wasn't organic is on the new list now
Right.
that it is organic. So
Right.
the laws have changed just for money.
Right.
It's not.
No, I believe it.
It's not really
Do you see what I'm saying?
Look, in
I
all
believe it.
seriousness, I actually want to thank Dr. Russell for bringing out that cancer information about McDonald's.
Yeah.
Listen, every now and then I might go and get some fries.
So you can go to Fridays.
You didn't know
Fridays
that?
got the
But
same
listen,
time.
I didn't know that stuff.
Fridays?
No.
Yeah.
Wait. TGIF Fridays right there.
All the people that make cooked oil, the oil causes cancer. Anything that
Y'all
frying
niggas about
shit,
to make me not eat
everywhere.
Anything fried is a
Anything
carcinogen.
fried
It's called a
is
carcinogen.
that label that you read. It's in Rouse. Anything that's fried.
That's
it has
about
the
to
same
save a
shit.
lot of
But it's not
lives,
even that.
for
It's
real.
not even that chemical. It's anything fried is a carcinogen.
Yes,
And
anything
it's
fried.
super acidic, and anything acidic is cancer feeds on acid.
okay.
So that's why.
Okay.
Anything you
Anything
fry.
fried.
Okay.
Anything fried. It doesn't matter. Anything
that's
fried.
huge
And
information
then
is all I'm saying.
especially if you eat shit that's blackened, like blackened salmon.
Like blackened
You mean the
fish?
good shit raw?
Yeah, that's the word. That's actually the
You
word.
mean the Cajun, that black and Cajun shit up?
Like
And
barbecue,
crusty
barbecue,
season.
like barbecue and stuff
Barbecue.
like
Let me
that.
tell you
too.
something.
All
What
that.
you're not gonna do is disrespect barbecue. That's what's not gonna happen. You understand me?
It's a carcinogen.
No. What you're not gonna do
next week.
is speak negatively about barbecue. Jeff Brown, I don't give a fuck about what you say, man. Let me tell you something, man. Barbecue, nigga.
It's a carcinogen.
Them motherfucking beef short ribs that fall off the
If
bone.
they cook it too long, if they get that black part on it, nigga, cut that shit off. That is not good.
Boy, that char delicious, man.
good for you.
You get a little of that smoke in that char.
It's not good.
Boy, let me tell you something. Dying ain't never been so good,
I had
boy.
to stop-
Dying ain't never tasted
I had to stop eating turkey burgers because they was burning my turkey burgers too much.
Yeah, because you was always talking about
Yeah,
turkey
and they
burgers.
were burning them too much. They sending them fucking with black tops on. I'm like, yeah, stop burning my shit. So I had to stop eating that shit because nigga, that shit
That's
is not
just
good.
enlightening information about the McDonald's. thing.
No, but I mean,
Don't get me wrong. I know McDonald's ain't good for you. Don't get me wrong. I'm talking about the fries.
You didn't know the fries that from
no, but see the whole thing,
from years ago,
yeah,
that
but
shit
see the whole
told
thing
that.
is we eating like no other forms of life fucking eats. We take real food and fuck it
Talk
up,
about it.
and
Talk
then
about
eat it and talk about the shit tastes good.
Let me tell you something about them fries from McDonald's though. Y'all have to know
always been.
the potatoes, the chemical that they use in the potatoes is so goddamn toxic that when they grow it, they can't go around it for like 5 to 6 weeks. They can't be around it. Then when they harvest them,
What?
they put it in this big ass this metal thing where they have to sit for another 6 weeks. Where you can't go in there because the fumes that come off of the potatoes after that
They're
are
toxic
so
as hell.
goddamn toxic they'll kill you. So from when they plant them, you can't go around it without some protection. You can't go around them and check on them. Then when they harvest them, throw it in the goddamn big ass metal thing. Another 6 weeks that you can't even be around it before they're edible.
So now, what's interesting is, this is how you've been programmed. This is how you've been conditioned.
True indeed.
See, you don't even know what real food look like in its natural state.
Yeah.
So the reason why they put all these chemicals on shit is because it's like the chemicals serve as food makeup. So that the
makeup.
Yes, so that your food look a certain
good.
way.
Yeah,
Gosh.
This is why the motherfuckers, when they say put that motherfucking hamburger right there and let it sit for 3 days, and this motherfucker don't decompose.
Yep.
See, normal food would be like, nigga, I'm dead.
Done.
I'm dead. I'm alive. I'm up. I'm back at you. Regular food die.
This is the food.
Regular food die. So that chemical shit. See, like even with Doc's, I'm on phase 3. If I don't drink that motherfucking smoothie within a day and a half,
Decomposes, huh?
that shit done. I got to make a whole new batch.
Because it's natural.
Cause first off, really, after you done made some shit with some real live living things,
Yeah.
got about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You got about 20 minutes to get that shit down.
This is real shit.
After a few days of that smoothie, you start seeing a change in that motherfucker. It starts separating. You start seeing some bubbles and
Start
shit.
get that little slime and shit in
Get
there.
a little slimy. This
No,
time that
it's
shit
already
got
gone.
to go.
Got to go.
You got to reboot your whole smoothie regimen. So again, we're used to convenience,
Yeah.
right? The convenience of I go get that shit right now. I ain't got to do it. And the shit is presented in a certain way. Even in the supermarkets, when
Even the
these
frozen
motherfuckers, the regular motherfucking beef supposed to be brown, nigga. That meat's supposed to be brown. They done colored it.
Yeah, like all the meat is like all that. You don't know how long it's been frozen. You don't know
That
none of
motherfucking meat
stuff.
4 weeks old,
You ain't supposed
and
to
that
eat none
bitch
of
look
shit.
fresh because they didn't put some motherfucking meat makeup on it.
They did. They'll tell you.
You good, brother? Take your time.
That's the wildest
When
shit
you buy
around.
salmon at Ralph's, it'll tell you food coloring added or coloring added to the
Salmon ain't no motherfucking bright orange.
You know, they tell you that.
Just some old fluorescent orange. Go fuck with a grizzly bear. That nigga look at that shit like,
This is
the fuck is
I know
this?
it is. Cancer was.
Grizzly bear be like, y'all niggas done did something to the salmon, nigga.
What the fuck is this?
I'm gonna start eating y'all niggas, man.
Who did this?
No, for real though, they don't. Listen, fuck with real. Before I go into KBLA, I gotta pray.
Hey, yo.
Energy in there don't get you.
No, I'm saying, man, I done prayed outside this motherfucker before, man. Shit, let me pour some gin, some honey, some water.
He be saging around here. So
Hey, man, fuck all that. Hey, fuck all, hey, man, fuck all that bullshit. You understand? But this how you know the ingredients you fucking with is not the ingredients nature fucking with. I remember one time I bought some cheap ass honey. Now you know the cheap honey is really fructose and really just some sugar.
Yeah.
Nigga, I laid that shit down, them bees was like,
What the fuck is this?
Nigga, what
This
the
ain't
fuck
it.
is this, nigga?
That ain't it.
them motherfuckers, nigga, what? We didn't make this shit.
That ain't it.
Hey,
What hive did this shit come from, nigga?
alien ass.
That's how
This
you.
this is some bullshit, nigga. This some alien bees, nigga. We don't make shit like this.
That's some bullshit.
Nigga, what hive you from, nigga? Oh God, nigga. What hive you from, nigga? Them motherfuckers, them bees look like they was about to attack me, man. What hive you from, nigga?
Hive you from, nigga? Oh,
I
God.
said, oh shit.
Right here, bro.
We about to smash you, nigga. Over there.
Hey, them bees is pissed off I put that fake honey down.
Put down butter and margarine and watch ants will eat real butter and not margarine.
Nowadays, you could put down. Remember the donuts you used to buy, those Vandy Camp donuts?
Yeah.
You put them out, then if you was at home, you put them out, and then the ants would get in you like, oh, my donuts was fucked up.
Yeah.
The same donuts nowadays, ants don't fuck with them. They don't do none of that shit. They don't fuck with them.
Yeah. Yeah. So what I did was I went to the farmer's market where you had the people who have the motherfucking beehives.
Yep.
And I bought, it was expensive as shit,
Yeah, it is. Yeah, real honey.
but I bought some real honey. Man, I laid that honey down and I laid it on 4 corners. When I tell you, one of the motherfuckers who work at KBLA saw me doing that, they said, you the nigga.
It's your ass.
You be feeding these motherfuckers? I said, yes, I do. This is prayer time for me.
You be feeding these love.
He said, it's a whole hive on this block, man.
Feeding the varmints.
I say, man, if you feed the bees the sweetness of life, they'll feed it back to you.
This nigga's the brown hornet over
So I'm over here. I laid down some real shit with some cones in it. They was like, there you go, nigga.
Good looking at
And what's cold about the bees, they frantic. They see me coming, the motherfuckers get frantic.
They know what
Like,
time
oh, this
it is.
nigga got the motherfucking honey. I lay the honey down. The motherfucking bees just calm the fuck down and get in a line.
Wow.
And just be like, all right, nigga, thank you, nigga.
Good looking.
The bee whisperer over there.
And that's part of participating in nature.
Sure.
See, the ancient African knew that. The ancient everywherean.
Everywherean.
He knew that. We knew that. And it wasn't just an acknowledgement of nature, it was a participation in nature. And we understood that without healthy bees, we don't have no honey. We don't have no fertilization.
Yeah.
We don't have no pollinization.
Yeah.
We don't have no plant life. Shit fucked up without bees.
Also, honey raises your immune system a lot. So eating natural honey every day, your immune system is boosted.
Honey with turmeric together. Super.
Anti-inflammatory.
What the fuck that? Tell us what that's gonna do.
It's anti-inflammatory.
Anti-inflammatory.
So you swollen somewhere. Sometimes you want to be inflamed. That's why you get heated. He is risen.
He is risen.
Inflamed.
Hey! No, I'm just saying, man, we got to get back to that because I'm tired of seeing the stats that keep saying, well, the most affected group is the most disenfranchised group. And that typically turns out to be us. We've only got 2 more stories to cover, but there's some interesting stories, and I want to transition into them now. In Minneapolis, they have a plan to fire white teachers.
Expound.
I'm gonna get into it, right? White conservative media has characterized the Minneapolis Teachers Union agreement as an anti-white civil rights crisis. Firing white educators is actually a step towards equity, equality. In other words, you've got money, you got more wealth than anybody. So you should be the first fired. That's where Minneapolis is going. White folk, white teachers, white educators, y'all should be the first fired because generationally speaking, you guys have wealth.
You've been good.
You've been good. So the person that been good should be the person that been gone. You should be gone first, been good.
for a 400-year head start.
Exactly.
That part.
The conservatives at Fox News called it discrimination. The neo-Confederates at the Heritage Foundation said it violates Title VII of the Civil Rights Act and the Equal Protection Clause. A headline in the official digital outlet of white nationalism asks, "Aren't we better than Minneapolis teachers unions fires white policy?" So they have a fire whites first policy. And that's basically saying the black and brown, because you know they're going to throw BIPOC at us. The black and browns, they're saying, are more disenfranchised, as is evidenced by the outbreaks and the pandemics and whatnot, and social economic divisions, wealth gap, and of course slavery and
History.
So they saying black and brown more disenfranchised. So the teachers here, if we got to make cuts, gonna be white first. What are your thoughts? Let's go with Heartline. Get in here.
Well, I don't have a problem with it. Watch your mouth. Don't call me out my name. I don't have a problem with it. Listen, this place was, Dr. Russell was talking about foundation earlier. This place was built on the fuckery. You understand me? And we've been just assimilated into the fuckery. I'm 52 years old. Talking to my mom this morning about this. Christian. What you mean Christian? What are you talking about? Like, that's 500 years old in this country. What about thousands upon thousands of years old in those pyramids with the people that look like us on it? And they're talking about cosmology, astrology. You understand me? So I'm about it. If you calling yourself white, use an ignoramus in what you call 2022. You ain't white, you pink at best.
Hey man,
He was talking.
Why you ganging off at me, nigga?
Listen, man.
This is from my heart.
I know, man.
That's from my heart.
I'm just saying, as your homie, man, like, don't get so excited,
I can't stand this dude, Dr.
You know what
Russell.
I'm saying? Like, take your time with your anger, man. We don't know what the fuck could happen, dog. Take your time. Don't ever get angry like that again. Keep your stress levels down.
Oh man, emotional.
We love you, brother.
Emotional connection.
Somebody say he meant that shit.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Aries meant that.
You know what I'm talking about?
Kev, what are your
knows.
thoughts, man? Whites fired first.
This is gonna get sued out of hell. That's what.
True.
It's against the law. It's against the civil rights Title VII.
Well, then again,
discrimination. They can't.
the states have their own little shit, though.
No, now that's a federal law. They can't do that. They can't discriminate. You can't make laws based on one race, which is why I've been telling people reparations is not legal. They cannot give one race reparations.
Well, what do you call because that's off the subject, but what do you call what they gave the motherfucking Japanese?
That's not a race. That's not a race. That's a nation. These are national. These are these are classes of people.
So the people in Japanese or in Japan,
this is a
what's their race?
It's not about their race. It's a national.
No. I'm asking a question. What is the race of Japanese people?
You're not.
I'm just asking the question because you brought up a point that I feel is a good point, and I'm trying to wrap my head around. Well, what is their race?
Well, everybody. No one's of one race. Everybody. If you do you do genealogy. Everybody can be from many different races. So, but they got paid because of their nationalism, their national title. Niggas, you call yourself black, you don't have a nation.
Well, let me ask you this question. That's true, but on the flip side, back to the Japanese folk, couldn't their nationality and their race be the same shit if we don't have a term for what they would be called?
No, because they can go back to a nation. They're linked to
No.
nation.
I'm not saying that. I didn't say they couldn't go back to a nation. We've already conceded that. What would they be called? Somebody said Mongolians?
Japanese?
Asians?
Asian just means east.
That don't mean anything. Mongolian.
Somebody said yellow? Asian don't mean
Yellow, no colors. You ain't getting nothing with no colors. You said yellow. Yellow.
This is where we get the word orient.
Right.
Because most people oriented themselves to the east,
Right.
because the east represented the rising sun.
sun,
The
yeah.
rising sun represents the rising consciousness. This is where your ascendant in astrology is located, in the east. That's why they call it your rising sign. Again, Oriental means to orient yourself to the east. The Arab from the Middle East prays in the direction of the east. So I get off. What the fuck are they? Because a motherfucker that's indigenous and born in Japan. Now I remember they used to call them Nipponese, Nippon, Nippon.
Nipponese.
That's why they used to call them the Nips and the Japs. Them little nip, you a nip.
Yep. You little nip.
Somebody said East Siders. So that's funny. So I'm just saying, I'm not saying what Kevin is saying is wrong. I'm saying there's some holes in it, because what the fuck are you? You are Japanese, and you from Japan.
But they're not giving
Let's
it
look
to
up the
Japanese
word Japanese and see what the fuck it actually means. Let's go to the etymology.
That's not what
Let's get it.
they're not getting the
That's
money
what we
based
do.
on the fact that they're Japanese. It's based on the fact of their nation and what they did, what America did to their nations, to their people in their nation. That's why they're getting money, not because of their fact that they're Japanese. But even if they were, that still ties to a nation. Black doesn't tie to a nation.
That's
Come
not
on,
it.
Kev.
That's not.
on, Kev.
Nobody's going to challenge that. I'm not challenging that.
But I'm saying that's how.
I'm just
that's
saying
how you get paid. This
Japanese
is a system of
seems
classes.
like.
But this is a system of classes, and
No,
so you have to
I
be
get that part.
established as a certain class in order
Kev,
for you to get your money.
I understand that. I've already conceded that portion of the point. What I'm saying is, this is a unique point right here, because the people are called Japanese and the country is called Japan. So this is just a fucking interesting scenario here. Anyway, white folk get fired first in Minneapolis. Fair or not fair? I think it's quite fair, and it looks like it's starting to catch on here at Berkeley in California, in the Bay Area. Berkeley is in Oakland, right?
Yes.
Yes, Berkeley is in Oakland.
Yes.
Bay Area. Off-campus UC Berkeley student housing bans white people from common areas. Now, if you know anything about Berkeley and the Bay Area, that is an extremely progressive
Liberal.
place. Liberal place.
They're crazy.
I want to see more white people
Not gonna happen.
checking white people.
Oh, I would definitely want to see that.
This is good shit. I think this is good.
It's not good because they're gonna get sued and then set a precedent that you can't do it anymore.
Listen, if white people want to change laws and precedents, they do it. By being disgruntled and fucktards. They do it.
You don't want to set this precedent. You want them to go around in another way, because when they set this precedent, you can't take back from white people, depending on whatever lawsuit that goes in, and they say, oh well, you can't discriminate against white people just like you can't discriminate against black people and this and that, boo boo boo, and all of that. Then where you gonna go after that when they set that precedent?
But Kev, don't you think that this really highlights an opportunity to recontextualize the precedents? I think it does, because here's the argument. The argument is this is a group of people who stole everything from everybody.
Bong.
That's why they're in the position they're in.
Bong.
And that's why we're in the position to say, you know what? We got to censor you a little bit, because although the law ubiquitously applies to everybody, it's still unfair because everybody is not in the position that this particular group of motherfuckers are in. So yes, you have the same protections as everybody else, but not everybody has full access to those protections because those protections cost.
But a lot of this still is based off of your status in class. So when you say that they have a lot of protections, a lot of white people who you think
are benefiting from the ancient slavery and all, old slavery and all. They're not. A lot of these white people over here are immigrants that had nothing to do with slavery. They came over here after slavery ended.
True.
And so then,
There's some of them.
Not to mention that. A lot of slaves, like New York Times did a report where they said there's tens of millions of white people in America who are descended from American slaves, white slaves, and they don't even know it. So when you have all of this convoluted shit going on, who's descended from slaves, who's an immigrant, who's all that, you can't just say because you white, we're gonna put you in the category.
But wait.
Just because you a nigga,
That's a good
you out in
point.
the category.
That's
You
a
can't
good
do that.
point. You guys, if you notice how I converse, I always acknowledge good points other people make. I just want to point that out.
Yeah. And who?
Now, what Kev is saying, that's solid shit. But I always come back and go, did we turn you white? Or did you turn you white? And when you turned yourself white, did that not open up access to all of the wealth that a few white folk were able to accumulate off of the backs of a certain type of slavery that happened here? See, the moment they put a blanket license on their race and said, no, I'm not Polish,
Right.
I'm not German,
I'm white.
I'm white.
Nigga, you not.
The moment they said white, that unified all of them motherfuckers. See, I'm quick to do business with a white person, man, because I'm white. We're white. These are dusty niggers.
Meanwhile, they used to fight each other tooth and nail 500 years ago in Europe.
It's a lot of niggas and Mexicans classified as white too.
Yeah.
There's some niggas that's classified as white.
That's a classification.
Yeah.
They call
Hey,
it
point
MENA
out the
groups.
white niggas, man.
Anybody from it's called the MENA groups. Anybody from the Middle East, North Africa is classified as white when you come over here as an
Yeah.
immigrant.
Yeah.
It's called MENA in the MENA groups. Middle East, North Africa. You are classified as white, and as well.
That's
as
true.
50-something% of 50-something of
That's
Mexicans
true.
are
But
classified as
even
white.
in that classification, when you talk to them black Arabs, that's from Saudi Arabia, that's from motherfucking Egypt, they explain, no, some of them want to classify as white, but some of them don't. Because they explain, you do know we get a motherfucking lecture before we come to America, and that lecture is, don't fuck with them niggas that's over there.
Yep, don't fuck with them.
They look like you, but they ain't you.
Yep.
Don't you fuck with them.
And they do that so they can add to the white class, though. That's why they
Exactly.
do that. So they can, because if they know niggas coming over here are going to be more about opportunity, making money, not with the fuckery. So that when they classify them as white, that adds to their fucking and boost
On
their
paper,
class,
on
right?
paper.
On their paper, that
Yes.
boosts their class. When
Yeah.
you look and then you go, well, shit, white people got all the goddamn money,
And then you get
don't know
resources.
there's a gang of niggas on
Yeah,
here that came
yeah,
from fucking Africa is contributing to that shit. You be like, goddamn, white people got some percent of this, and you don't even know there's a gang of niggas in that shit. That's why they do that. Yeah. That's why they do
Yes.
that.
Yes.
So again, this goes back to Zoe saying, don't trust shit.
Good.
Good, man. Say.
You shouldn't. That's true.
I mean,
that's absolutely true.
Listen, it's some
Don't
basic
ever.
shit you should trust, man.
Ever.
Basic shit. Basic shit. Gas gonna be high. Okay. Gas coming down a couple of pennies. All right. Basic shit you can trust. But listen, I keep trying to say this in the best way I know how. Kev, let me pull this shit up real quick. I look for Japan. G means sun. Pun, origin of the sun, the east.
Damn, same thing.
Japan. This is, you get Nippon. Okay? Nipponese. Origin of the sun. The farthest east you could take your punk ass. Over there. Before the motherfucking timeline flipped. And then you in tomorrow and over there is yesterday. All right? G, sun, pun. Origin of the sun. The motherfuckers is Japanese and they live in Japan. That's it. Okay? But let's look up another word. What was the word I was about to look up? God damn it. No. I was gonna look up another word.
Jeff.
First off, this what's got to stop happening.
It's the Wizard of Oz. What you mean? That's the Wiz.
Hold on.
That's the Wiz.
First off, this got to stop happening. If you don't motherfucking give a nigga a heads up that you just go, I want to just look up and the big ass head with the Matrix curtain is in the back. Somebody got to tell me that Jeff's supposed to be on this motherfucker, man.
That is the Matrix curtain.
Hey Doc, hey panel.
What's up, bro?
I couldn't help Kev. I love you. You know I love you. You know you my man.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Yes. Here we go.
Nigga, my lightsaber's been in the motherfucker. It's been in the goddamn fucking.
Hey, nigga, put your lightsaber down, man. Let this man
Put
talk.
that shit out, nigga.
Man, Kev, you know you my man.
Kev's like, let's
they
go.
let you off the hook all the time.
Turn it up.
With these questions.
Excuse me?
You, yes.
What'd you say? I didn't hear what you said.
When
Wait.
you are asked a direct question,
I give a direct answer.
you give 300 words to
I
my
give
answer.
a direct answer. You don't ever look up the shit that I say or don't be listening to what I say.
No.
So therefore it sounds like I'm saying 300 things.
Okay, okie dokie. Watch this. Hopefully this will not be like asking my wife what she wants to eat for dinner. I don't do that. Because you want Chinese? No.
Well, whatever you
Wait,
ask
wait,
your
wait.
wife, that's what you deal with her.
Hold on,
Whatever
wait,
the fuck
wait.
You ask me, I tell you what the fuck you want to know.
Wait, let's get the audio right.
Go, nigga, let's go.
Wait, Kev, let's get the audio right. And let's get the audio right first because, hold on, Jeff. Let's get the audio right because there's some feedback.
It's just a.
What is that?
Because in order to get to the studio, it's turning out everybody.
It's the speaker.
Speaker.
Yes.
So the speakers that we hear Jeff through is creating
Feedback with the
feedback
mic,
because
from
of
the mics.
from our
Like a
mics.
monitor, yeah.
All right. Now, let me establish this real quick. This is brothers talking,
Of course.
okay? Because we get a little spicy and a little turned up and a little fiery. People seem to think, first off, this is a ram right here versus a motherfucking bull.
Yeah, let's go. I am paid to see it. Let's
you
go.
already know it's gonna be a little turned up, but please know that these brothers love each other and respect each other, and they love sharpening their swords
Yeah.
against each other.
Yeah.
So it's
This
all
is
love.
Dojo. Now let's get that. Let me co-sign that. I thought I started out with Kev as my fucking man.
For sure, all day.
That's my dude right there.
All day.
It's just that y'all niggas get turned up, and then I got to turn off niggas' mics.
We get turned up, and what happens is they try to compare the masculine experiences they have had with the niggas around them.
Right.
To
Go
us.
ahead, Kev.
We are Jedis,
Bong bong.
so
It's
we
all
don't
fun.
do that.
It's all love and fun.
Bruh, that's my man. I talk to Kev this way because I can't talk to regular niggas this way.
There we go. Hey, you know what? Jeff, you know what's cold about what you just said? That's what
That's
my
real
son knew, my oldest son, told me.
What'd he say?
When he was at Auburn, he was like, Dad, I be turned up talking to you because I can't talk to these motherfuckers like that. Ain't nobody here that can listen to me flame off.
I understand
Dude,
that.
it's so
He was like,
much-
you allow me to flame off. I said, all right, nigga, I'll be the release valve. I get it.
That's funny.
Yeah,
But he said the exact shit. So I get it. All right, flame off then, niggas. Fuck.
I got one question. What, in your opinion, Kevin, is the proper verbiage Black Americans need, or excuse me, not Black Americans, the niggas that live off of 60th and Damon, the niggas that live around Florence and Normandy, the niggas that live off of 8 Mile, those
Melanated.
people, the people who can get on the dance floor and do the same moves at the same time without planning, those people, what should they do? What should they say? What is the proper verbiage to this government in order to get what we are entitled, that we have seen other people get?
Good question.
Well, again, that's not an easy answer because
Just say you don't know, nigga. Shit.
I do know.
again, if you're going to call yourselves black, you're not going to get anything. Everything is
Okay.
about
You got
law,
that.
government,
You got
and
that.
status. Everything is about law, government, and status. And unless you have the correct status, the government calls your status self-identification. That's in the law. It says basically, you need to tell me who you are, and then I'll
Did they
deal with
change-
you
did they
in that
change
way
that
after
to-
you tell me.
Okay.
That comes out. They showed that when Rashida Tlaib, she was trying to get classified. She was trying to get people off the white classification. She was trying to get her own classification, and they didn't let her do it because she was saying, well, us being classified as white, she's like, we still look this way. So it seems like we get the privilege, but when we go to try to get stuff, we still don't get it. So we need our own classification. And so
We
then
have
the
one.
guy with the government, he says, well, we don't really tell you what to classify yourself as in the government. You tell us that, and then we deal with you after you tell us that.
Even though we know what
Yes.
your proper classification
Yes.
is,
You need to
we're
tell-
not going to tell
Yes.
your punk ass.
You need to tell
okay,
us.
back to
Okay, I
Jeff.
got another question real quick. What if I call myself who you was talking about when you brought up 40 acres and a mule? Who are those people?
What do you mean?
The people, they're the people who make laws, the people who said that it was illegal for us to read, the people who decided when we would be free, the people who decided when we could learn, the people who decided where we could live. Before they made any of those decisions, they decided that some of us were entitled 40 acres and a mule. How do we connect ourselves to the people you were talking about, Mr. Government, is my question to them and to you.
Well, first of all, they didn't decide you needed 40 acres and a mule. General Sherman did that when you were at war. And any orders in war, when the war is over, are null and void. Those are war orders. So when those war orders are over, you get no more 40 acres and a mule. That was over. That was done. So that's why you haven't gotten a 40 acres and a mule, because war orders are not actual orders in government when the war is over.
Wait, what do you mean by war orders aren't actual orders? Make the
Wartime
orders are different than
when an actual government is established. So when that war was going on, it was a wartime government, military government.
Right.
So then when that's over and they established an actual government, then those orders go away. It's not an actual. It wasn't an actual order. So if he had maintained power when all of that would happen, yeah. But then they did. So what happened was they gave people 40 acres and a mule. They gave some people the land. When the actual government came back, they took the land back. They took that land back and gave it to the Caucasian people.
Last question. Is anybody related to anybody darker than El DeBarge deserving of anything? And how did they get it?
Wait, say it again, Jeff. Say it again, Jeff.
I'll say it again. Is anybody darker than El DeBarge deserving of anything? And if so, how do we get it?
Absolutely. You are all Aboriginal. And most of the niggas over here are Aboriginals. And if you go back and figure out what your tribe, don't ever. Your tribe means tributary.
Okay.
Tribe comes from the
Okay.
word tributary. It's
Okay.
it's a subservient status. Go back and find what your nation is.
Okay.
What your nation connects to. Like I would tell you, I'm Cherokee and Lenape. So if you go back and you find what your nation is, then you can reconnect to your status. But that's
Because
how
they
you
pay nations is what they
Yes.
do.
I'm from the Suede Foot tribe.
Suede foot.
Go ahead, Jeff. I'm listening.
I think we gained a lot of ground today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Jeff came in here
you got to
wanting to
give
argue.
Kev guided questions. So now we know. Now we know to stop talking about 40 acres and a mule, because that sounds factual. Those are wartime laws are not the same. I don't get to shoot all the people in that block in the head if they come out after 11 o'clock. That's a wartime law. That is law. Curfew is law. During martial law, curfew is law. You can get shot. He's right. Now that we know 40 acres and a mule has nothing to do with us, our true
Great info.
research has to be to what tribes we are in.
Yes.
Now,
Nation.
Nation.
I just learned.
I'm sorry, my bad.
So
my bad, nation.
let me ask you this, Jeff.
Yes, sir.
And Kev. Are y'all hip to the brother Dane Calloway?
Yeah.
I like the brother.
I do.
What do y'all think? Because the perspective that he's laid down,
Come on.
it's not a superficial perspective. Superficial mean opinion based.
Sure.
You know,
Right.
from the little bit that I've seen. Y'all remember my homeboy Poet?
Yeah, come
Yeah.
on now.
Poet was like, yo, man, go look into Dane Calloway.
You got a lot of
Bad
good stuff.
So, you know, I sat down and watched a video or two, and I was like, oh, so this brother is not just talking from a superficial space.
Oh, no, he
This
researched
brother
it.
has done some
He researched it.
real
Oh, yeah.
research.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
And I find his information to be quite interesting,
Mm-hmm.
right? I am in no way, shape, or form an expert on the information that he is sharing. I have no idea. But it has been very interesting to me. But this is what I always say to folk. Just because it's interesting doesn't mean you should become an overnight preacher of it.
Agreed.
You've seen this shit happen.
Yep.
Motherfucker get a little piece of information. And next thing you know, he a motherfucking teacher of the doctrine.
Yeah.
Nigga, you just joined 2 weeks ago. Nigga is a straight teacher of the doctrine.
Yeah. No.
Well, according to the honorable minister,
Yeah.
you just got here. My thing is, when you're learning, the best way to learn something is to stay in a perpetual state of skepticism.
Bomb.
Too many people are learning to be saved by what they're learning.
Right.
This is why church, it works so well. Right? Motherfucker go to church and be like, this is it. You heard that sermon?
Pass up.
This right here is my spiritual home. That motherfucker sound good. That motherfucker, boy. And there's bitches. Don't act like that ain't.
And the music.
Motherfucker be right. The music and the bitches. He don't say it out loud. The music, bitches, and the sermon. Music, bitches, sermon. Nigga, this is it.
Sister Lisa looking good today.
This is my spiritual home, nigga. I'm here tonight.
No, you didn't. Sarah, you with the bullshit.
She always with it.
So,
Speaking of, may I speak on music and spirituality for a second?
right after I finish this one
Oh,
thought,
yeah, sure. I'm sorry.
but the basic thought is, as it pertains to it, like I said, this is no disrespect to Dan Calloway or anybody like that, but I love to study through skepticism. Because, like for instance, if you're a good radio personality, you fuck with niggas to get them to open up and talk. Right? This motherfucker don't talk unless I say something about his heart.
Oh.
This motherfucker be quiet as hell.
I'm about
I
to
say,
talk
"Listen here."
again now.
I say, listen here, monkey heart.
You want me to say something else?
Right now?
You don't get that motherfucking transplant heart to talk. Then he be like, hell no, so you're not gonna talk about me and my heart. Listen, get that monkey valve replaced, nigga. Then he start talking. Or if it's Kevin, I approach Kevin differently. Hey Kevin, you fucked up. You wrong, nigga.
What, Nick?
What, nigga?
What, Nick?
Nigga, I can't never be wrong, nigga. What?
Nigga, I know what you're doing. I'm just,
Yo,
I know
hey, Sarah.
exactly what you're doing, nigga.
Is that Cam? Is that Cam? Sarah, put him back up. I love it. That's Cam.
again-
Perpetual Cam. Perpetual
Who the
Cam.
fuck is you talking to?
Exactly.
So again, you have to question people and push people in order to get them to open up. That's just a radio trick. Sometimes you have to play devil's advocate. Sometimes you have to ask questions, what if questions, to move the needle of the conversation, because sometimes people need to be pushed in order to open up and get into their wheelhouse of information. Jeff Brown, you wanted to say? I hope you remembered, nigga, because you be smoking some of the best of the best.
Some of the best.
Look here, man. I done meditated and ran 3 miles and worked out this morning. I'm good.
Right?
No, when you were talking about spirituality and music, it just popped a memory bubble in my head to ask,
Here we go.
please, middle-aged fat or frumpy praise dancers, could you give the newly saved strippers a chance? Stop force feeding us your broken dreams. Are you trying to tell me no one from the Spearmint Rhino loves the Lord now? No one from the Barbary Coast? Nobody from Magic City loves Jesus now? That you could just get out the way? It's the Escalade 200.
Hey, Magic City. Hey, Club Nikki. Go ahead,
Honest question.
Barbary coat.
Just somebody else shaking. That's all I'm saying. I'm passing the ball back. Look at that.
Okay. You did the split screen.
Brown is right.
Sad thing is,
Straight.
See?
Niggas done lost all speech up in
Right.
there.
What are we talking about?
Niggas
No,
done
but
forgot what we was talking about.
hey, but we're about to wrap this thing up. But let me just say this, man. In today's perilous times, confusing times in which we live in, I've been saying this for a long time, unity is key, right? Unity is key. Some people think getting the dollar, getting money is the answer to all of their problems. And what I keep trying to tell you is getting the understanding of economics is typically more powerful than just getting money. What do I mean, Zoe? You got white people trying to give away money. They're racing each other to give away their wealth, the top 1%. You know why? Because they see money for what it is. Monopoly. You don't control that which has power. You don't control land. You don't control food resources. You don't control anything. All you could do is work.
Participate.
For what Robert Anton Wilson in his Prometheus Rising book called Bio-Survival Tickets. Their government issue bio-survival tickets.
Wow.
They got an industry or a monopoly on industry. You can only be allowed in via whatever little, affirmative action or diversity, or that's how they let you in. We get to pick and choose which special Negro rises to our level of approval, right? You see what I'm saying? This is how this works.
Yep.
But instead of black people saying, fuck them, we become a fucking global farmers market of brothers and sisters pouring back into the brothers and sisters and the products that we have. What's wrong with setting up an internal government where we sit down and say, this is how we're going to govern. This is how we're going to govern brands and products that we create.
Watch yourself. That's too much like right.
No, listen. LLC,
That's too much like Koreatown.
INC, a corp, they all have governing rules, right? You got rules. What?
Bylaws.
The governing bylaws. You got rules. Okay, so brothers sit down and say, across the country, this is how we're going to interact and deal with each other.
Gangster. Keep saying that, bro.
But
that needs to take wings.
But no, you'd rather an outside government say, we don't give a fuck about you anyway, nigga. But here's some bio-survival tickets to keep your Netflix on.
With the dudes that help put you in the situation on the front of the bio-survival ticket.
Right.
Just to remind your monkey ass.
Yeah, nigga, get your bitch ass home in time, nigga. The new motherfucking Dragons TV show is coming out, nigga. The House of Dragons. Be a part of the motherfucking rush that crashed the motherfucking app last night. Just get your ass home. So what I'm saying is, you so willing to participate in the system of toxicity that you see unity with your own as futile.
Come on, speak, bro.
I can't fuck with Dr. motherfucking Russell. Fuck is you talking about, nigga? I don't give a fuck about that goddamn cancer sign on the McDonald's.
He's talking about fries got cancer.
Niggas, you dumb? Fuck herbs, nigga. That shit don't taste good, nigga. Herbs? Hey, how much the herbs cost? Hell no! Nigga, you know a motherfucking cheeseburger from McDonald's costs $1.32?
Hell no.
Nigga, I can get 418,000 motherfucking cheeseburgers, bitch.
Right, nigga.
Nigga, I'll die eating all these cheeseburgers before I fuck around with some herbs. You stupid?
French fries.
All I'm saying is, we've had the blueprint for years. Everybody want to show respects to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. But I've been saying this, Farrakhan probably feels a lot like Krishnamurti felt at the end of his life. Krishnamurti did all this motherfucking work, inspired all these people, inspired Bruce Lee. If Bruce Lee don't fuck with Krishnamurti, he don't develop Jeet Kune Do.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Do you understand? He don't develop that shit. If that shit's not developed, we don't get mixed martial arts. This nigga Bruce Lee said, I'm mixing all this shit together. Because if I gotta bite a nigga, I'm gonna bite a nigga.
I'm gonna bite a nigga.
Fuck getting in a stance, I'm gonna bite him. So again, at the end of Krishnamurti, yes,
He said that.
That's crazy.
yes, at the end of Krishnamurti's life, Krishnamurti's nephew comes in, he said, oh man, my uncle looked fucked up. This nigga was shriveled up and just, this nigga looked like he was ready to go. This nigga was fucked up and just raggedy looking. And then he said, Krishnamurti opened his eyes, recognized his nephew, and said, where is your anchor? Sir. No, he said, sir, where is your anchor? And he said his nephew, Krishnamurti's nephew, responded by saying, in you. And they said Krishnamurti's old, beat up, frailed ass popped up and was instantly 35 years younger to cuss his nephew out.
Because that ain't it. That ain't it.
He jumped up and said, hey, 65, 80 years of teaching all over the world, perpetually teaching motherfuckers about unconditional freedom.
Yeah.
And then your bitch ass got the anchor in me. The anchor, you ain't discovered the anchor's in you. You hoe ass motherfucker. Let me
You hoe ass motherfucker.
Motherfucker, lay back down. Motherfucker, lay back down. And shortly thereafter died.
I'm out this bitch. I'm out.
That's wild.
So you get the minister teaching all these years about self-sufficiency, about relying on each other. And here we are today. A nigga can get famous making videos off another nigga he don't know.
Yep.
Indeed.
And get crazy paid off of it too.
You understand? This is where we live. And I'm saying the bickering, the battling, the shit talking, the back and forth. Now, a motherfucker can take what I just said and frame it as if I'm talking about somebody specific. And I'm talking in general, this is a phenomenon. I'm not talking about an individual motherfucker. I'm talking about there is a movement of niggas who make it their duty. You know, I think the nigga broke. You ask me, nigga.
Yeah. You ask me,
nigga. I don't know the nigga. I ain't never talked to the nigga.
You ask me, nigga.
But I think his ass is broke.
But I think the nigga broke. You know, I don't never see him with no. Nigga, you ain't even here. You don't even know me.
You don't even know me.
Right?
Yeah,
I'm
me.
not. Do you know what I'm saying? This is a movement. And the reason why this movement exists is because we're empty people with nothing better to do but seek attention.
Come on. Ooh, whoa, wow. Wow.
Go back to the fundamental question. How do you make niggas' lives better? What the fuck is your purpose? Why are you even here?
Wow. That's a t-shirt.
To consume.
What's in it?
That's a
Only
t-shirt.
to consume?
Why are you even here?
And if your criticism is predicated off of envy, let me criticize that which I would like to be like.
That part.
Damn.
Jeff, your thoughts? I know Jeff is over there itching. Get your crazy ass in here. Turn Jeff up.
Okay, first.
We can't hear you, Jeff. Let's get you.
Hello? Can you hear me now?
There you go. There, speaking to Mike, high ass.
All right, no, I'm high. I'm trying to take advantage of this goddamn chair so I can sit like a, how's this? Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay. Y'all feeding back like hell in there. That's not my fault. I haven't changed anything.
Yeah, because it's have a balance so you can hear it and they won't do it.
Ah, yeah, so they won't come through their mics. I get it. Okay. Zoe, great kicks in the mouth again. I want to go back just a little bit to the people who are making money, what they think they're making as money for just reporting on how another nigga is living. That's not just what
let me
doing.
just say this, Jeff. I'm sorry. Even Peter Parker was on the scene where Spider-Man was.
Hilarious.
Okay, go back, Jeff. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I know. Even David Banner was walking away from the wreckage of the Hulk.
Right.
It's not whether they're there or not. It's not whether they're accurate or not. What it is what you want to look like, whether you want to look like honorable men to the people 300 years in the future or not. Because the difference between you and Thomas Jefferson is we have to imagine him raping sisters. We have to imagine what's my girl that's freed all the Harriet Tubman. We have to imagine Harriet Tubman freeing the slaves. In the future, we're not going to have to imagine you. You are making an electronic record of your incredible bitch assness.
Yeah.
There will be no question as to where you stand in history, where you stand with the zombie juice, where you were with helping our people. And when they look at their state, 300, 250 years in the future, then you will be who you are. And there will be no denying it because you are making a record of it right now.
Right. And we're not talking to any individual person. This is a culture call out. This is a cultural call out.
Yes, sir.
I remember back in the day, man, we used to feel some type of way if we did some shameful shit.
You better believe it.
And your people would let you know.
That's right.
Say, motherfucker, that's despicable.
And you gonna get shamed.
Have you ever had Big Mama tell you that is despicable? Big Mama done told, I done threw rocks at motherfucker. Big Mama said that is despicable.
My mom called it a trick of the devil.
Do you understand? We live in a time now where motherfuckers who should be elders,
Come on.
that should be providing wisdom, that should be providing insight, are really despicable people. So it's a cultural thing that we got to get past. And I'm telling you right now, in every aspect of society, you got a fucking target on your back. In every aspect of society. Look, that Big Mama used to say that too. I'm not mad, but I am disappointed.
Yeah.
Ooh, shit. That shit used to hit. That shit used to hit a different kind of way. Like, I'm not mad, but I'm very disappointed.
Yeah.
Like a motherfucker.
That means something different.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
That means something different now. When Zoe and me disappointed our big mamas, we didn't get her respect. If you disappoint your big mama now, you might not get a ride to the club with her.
I'm sorry, Emma.
With her.
I'm sorry, Emma.
The club with her.
God.
I remember
Just
I fell out with
disappoint-
Big Mama, boy. I'm sorry, Emma. I got banned from the house for a couple of years.
You ever make her cry?
I'm sure I did, but she was so motherfucking tough, she wouldn't let me see.
Yeah.
Okay. You ain't let me see. I was woke.
She just said, listen here, you go home. You take your bad ass home. Go home. I remember one time I didn't see Big Mama for a couple of years. And then one day, she was in the fucking grocery store where I had a job.
Yeah.
And I was bagging up her groceries. But I didn't give a fuck about that goddamn job, so I wasn't really paying attention.
And your big mama there, you hadn't seen her in 2 years?
I'm bagging up her groceries. Shit, motherfucker. Bullshit ass job. I didn't even recognize that I'm bagging up her shit. So then, you know, at the time, the grocery bagger nigga was called a courtesy clerk.
Okay.
Yep.
So part of the courtesy clerk's job was to take old people's shit
Out
to
to
the
the
car. I'm not paying attention to shit. I put the shit in the bag, walk the shit out, and I get to the car. I recognize the car before I recognize
That's
her.
wild.
I said, this motherfucking mint green,
Belongs to but one.
this mint green Cadillac Coupe de Ville.
That picture is everything.
She had a mint green Cadillac Coupe de Ville. How you 4'11" in a 14-foot long car with the white leather seats on it? I said, this shit look like Big Mama car.
Yeah, it is.
I rolled the shit out to the car, and then she looked at me and go, baby. I said, oh, shit. I said, Big Mama? She said, yes, it's Big Mama. She said, come here. You done fixed yourself. You done, come here, give me a. Big Mama said, get your ass over here, boy. Give me a hug and a kiss. You done fixed yourself. You done turned your shit around. I thought you'd be dead. Come here, get me.
Fix yourself.
That is hilarious.
Again, man. Sometimes you got to go through some shit. I came from a group of people, man, that would call you on your fuck shit. It's people that are too motherfucking old today that are on the highest level of fuck shit for the self of making the smallest part of themselves giggle.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. This is much of that nigga.
If you don't get motherfucking Uncle Remus off the screen, Jeff Brown, your thoughts?
Two thoughts, Zoe. One, and this may be a little inappropriate to ask, but
you always ask inappropriate shit, by the way.
Do you have any idea where that green Cadillac Coupe de Ville is?
Right now.
I do not know, but I swear to God, man, I swear to fucking
What year
God.
was it? What year was it?
Boy, if it was the 70s, that thing be playing.
Let me just say, when we got to Dina, she had the same whip. It was brand new. So we get to Dina in 79.
Oh my God, bruh.
This time,
that's a classic right about
me,
now.
me working at the grocery store as a courtesy clerk. This is like 84.
Got it. You about 12, 13.
85, somewhere around there. She was like, nigga, that's you, baby. Get your ass. You fixed yourself. You
done fixed yourself.
This nigga got a job. He done took my shit to the car. You ain't never did no shit like this.
In all seriousness, though, dead serious. There was a mint green and white 79, 80 Coupe de Ville rolling Dina for a minute. It was clean. But at any rate,
first off, where the real pictures of Emma Sue? Don't put up these scallywags.
That hairdo was everything.
I can only see the show in a lag, so I imagine that Sarah is doing your grandmama wrong.
That's
some bullshit. I've said this before, bro. I said this last week or a couple weeks ago when you were on the air. Y'all need to, those of you who are, I'm seeing that now. Wow, wow, wow. That woman looked like a firecracker went off in her head. Why would you do that? I've said this a couple of weeks ago on your radio show. Y'all need to check out Zoe's radio show. It's another animal. We need to do this. All attention, all brothers and sisters between the ages of 35 and death.
Emphasize all brothers and sisters again. again, we're not talking about an individual person.
No.
This is an assessment of the culture.
This is a state of the state right now. This is the state of the black union, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm gonna be arrogant enough to say some shit that none of the bad brothers in front of you will say. But you are right now in the council of the future red, black, and green lanterns. Go watch Green Lantern. When Hal Jordan goes to another planet to train and you see all those various Green Lanterns, well, that's what you see sitting in front of you on the Zoe Williams show today. We are red, black, and green lanterns. Us and all that you gain wisdom from, all of us. Draw the metaphors on your own. I say this to every black male and female over the age of 35 that is not reaching back to directly, not through some fucking committee, not through something that needs white folks' money. If you are not trying to help alter the mental, physical, and metaphysical course of the babies behind you, we must write you off. As in, we can't take you serious anymore. You are not to be taken serious. You are not to be spliced jeans with. You are not to be made plans with. Because we cannot, in the words of Adolf Caesar, the black race can't afford you no more. You have to be, everybody agrees that we need a big mama, but don't nobody over 35 want her job.
Cause that was a hell of a job, nigga. Boiled chicken wings, tomato soup, and crackers, nigga.
So you know why? Do you know why?
Anytime you show up, she said there's some boiled chicken wings and crackers and tomato soup in there if you need to eat something. Okay, fuck it.
Do you know why nobody wants Big Mama's job, Zoe? Because Big Mama's job ain't sexy. You can't be sexy and make biscuits that easy.
No.
Oh, it's possible. It's pulled off. It can be pulled off. But you got to be a 70s sister, a 60s sister, a 50s or a 40s sister. You new sisters, your parking spot means more to you than your grandchildren.
Ooh, shit. Jeff, that's enough.
Cooking is sexy.
Hey, listen, Jeff.
All y'all
women out there, cooking is sexy, goddamn.
Hey, Jeff, that's enough. I need you to promote your fucking ashy ass, your ashy ass shea butter. Because we at the end of the motherfucking show. So ashy lotion should come into play here. Ashy shea butter.
Yes.
Jeff, how do people support
It's right there.
Wash Your Ash?
Okay. This is Uncle Jeff's pure and natural African shea butter. I don't do nothing but whip it and put it in a jar. I don't do nothing to stretch it or make it grow or none of that other mess that I've been hearing about. The sisters give it to me from the motherland. I put it in the jar, give it to you. This one is regular. Reggula.
Regular. Like arugula.
Okay.
Regular.
My other fragrances is this one is Can I Borrow Your Car? Which the answer is yes.
Hey, yo.
You have sex with somebody.
Hey, yo. KD. Total KD.
I will show you my child support, but I am sold out. I got to make some more child support. I apologize to some people in the chat that are on back order. I'm doing nothing else but shea butter orders today. Go to Cover Dat Ash. COVER. He need to go and shade that off. God damn, I'm just getting that picture.
Cover that ass.
Go ahead and shave that off.
Okay, I'm gonna say this real quick. This is very important. As a matter of fact, it doesn't fit in Zoe's show. This is the end of the show. On Wednesday, giraffe balls. Which of your friends should you fire? I'm going to have that picture on my show. I'm going to have to. Somebody needs to fire.
That is Kevin Durant. God damn.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Cover That Ash. COVERDATASH @gmail.com. I am changing the world one ashy ass at a time.
Hey, Jeff Brown, we appreciate you for jumping in here unexpectedly.
I want to say
Always
shout out
a pleasure.
I want to say shout out to Kobe Bean, birthday tomorrow. So
We
shout out to
know,
Kobe
August
Bean.
23rd, Kobe Bean Bryant.
Bean.
Closest thing to Michael Jordan ever. I don't give a fuck what any of y'all. Anyway,
That's for sure.
let me do this real quick. Total Package Energy just hit me and said for the month of August, we are at 62 sales. In other words, 62 small cases of Total Package Energy has sold. Can we do a call to action to get that doubled? Let's get it to 120. Can those who have supported Total Package Energy go in and buy another 60? And I'm not saying one person do it. I'm saying it's 800 people in this chat room right now. We've been up to 900 people. Can one massive wave of people go get Total Package Energy up to over 100 cases, right, of Total Package Energy? Go to totalpackageenergy.com and support black-owned business. Also do the same for Beal Sauce. If it ain't Beal,
It ain't real.
go to bealsauce.com. And I'm sitting here. I'm sitting here with a fucking living legend, dog. I be annoyed as fuck. Niggas be acting like everybody regular. This ain't no regular dude.
Right.
It's a goddamn Imhotep genius science. Go into this man's motherfucking house, man. I was talking to Lon. Lon goes into the man's house. Lon's like, what kind of male poison ivy is this nigga? Y'all know poison ivy?
Yeah.
Just everything. You go into the man's place of business, you know, this is some herb shit going on up in this.
Yeah.
This shit growing out of bottles. Hey, nigga, I'm getting this ready. Nigga, this shit gonna be ready in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
What would happen?
The molecular
What would
structure.
what? I got him down, right? What would happen? You want some of this shit? I got you. Don't worry about the motherfucking thing. Hold on one second. I'll be right back. That's how Dr. Russell worked.
Yeah.
Dr. Russell done gave me a nondescript bottle of something. It mean a dark black bottle. You know what you do is you be careful now. And you get a dropper, nigga. Don't just pour that shit on. Don't freehand this shit in. You gonna fuck something up now.
Yeah.
You get a couple of don't freehand. You gonna get a couple of drops of this shit.
Yeah.
Get a dropper, nigga, now.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna tell you no more. I said, all right, Dr. Russell, shit, I ain't gonna freehand no more.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, this brother is here living with us right now. Right? This brother is living with us right now. He is a living resource. Like I said before, that ancient African proverb, when an old man dies, a library is burnt down. This is a living library, and this brother is in good health, and we've created He Has Risen.
That's what she said.
He has risen.
That's what she said.
Hey,
holla, hey.
he has risen to the occasion.
Come on, doctor.
Oh, French fry eating ass nigga. You got them French fries in your gullet. You got the old hypertension swipe. Woo!
Nigga, you need a comedy special.
Then they
I'm
got
sorry.
the triabetes. You try to show. You try to fuck, boy, but you got triabetes. He has risen. I'm gonna tell you right now, $60 a bottle. There's 10 of them in there.
Nice.
All you gotta do is cash app me the $60. Cash app me the $60. My cash app is $sign
Motherfucker with the toothpaste.
Zowhat Netter. $sign Zowhat Netter. Once you do that. Email me your mailing address. I got a couple of orders now. Email me your mailing address. I will ship them out tomorrow. All right? But let's stop fucking up. We got work to do. Let's support this black business. That brother, let's support Kev. Know Your Rights Foundation. .org. Let's support, of course, We Juice, Mr. Tibbs.
We.
All right? Y'all continue to support the brands that we put in front of you. And don't forget, man, Shrouded Lighthouse. Go to my website right now, theshroudedlighthouse.com, or you can go to amazon.com and get the Relationship Dismount critically acclaimed book. I'm currently working on my 5th book. It's going to be very, very powerful. You guys continue to support me, this channel, and everybody who hit the like button, share button, and all of that. Dope, 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 dope. Later tonight, 7 to 9 p.m., KBLA. When I tell you, the numbers are crazy. The numbers that I'm getting back from KBLA are crazy. They're not YouTube numbers. They're terrestrial radio numbers. And the numbers I'm getting back are crazy.
Yeah.
They're fucking bananas. It's one of the hottest relationship talk shows in America.
Dope.
That is a serious situation. So I'm gonna tell you right now, download the KBLA app, download the Zoe Williams podcast on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, on Google Play. Download the app. And when you download the app, do me a favor, because the app is supposed to be updated every day. The app is supposed to be updated every day. When you go to the app, what you're going to find currently, you see Zoe Williams right there. What you're going to find currently is, as soon as this thing load up, you're going to find 88, 89 episodes. That's how many episodes I've already done. Because I'm doing shit every day. And I'm not repeating no episodes. This is 88 topics, back to back to back to back.
Yeah.
So again, when you get there, fucking give me a 5-star like you do your Uber when you're on your way to fucking McDonald's, nigga.
Not McDonald's.
Right? Give me the 5-star rating. And also leave a comment. All right? But the numbers are going nuts. Tune in tonight, 7 to 9. Boy. Can I tell y'all what I'm talking about tonight real quick before we get the fuck out of here? Groomers.
Oh no.
Oh, there it is.
Oh no.
And it's not what you think it is. I'm finna show you some shit tonight. Oh man, I'm finna start Monday off in a motherfucking torrent. So let's get busy. Let's get ready to do it. 7 to 9 p.m. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. So What Show? We out. Deuces.
Peace.